Chapter 824. Fan Ping and the others flew north. At the same time. North, near Monster Cypress City. The expressions of the 10 divine generals turned cold. Dead? The 10 of them were initially fast, but now they slowed down. All dead? No, there were still a few left. But the auras of the 18 rank 9 powerhouses disappeared one by one. In the blink of an eye, the battle stopped. In front of them, 11 streaks of vitality energy pierced through heaven and earth, heading straight for them. Until now, these people had only flown 1,500 li. They were still 500 li away from Hope City. If they had not entered earlier, they might still be lingering around Imperial Sea Mountain. However, at this moment, the reinforcements from the various major forces were hesitant to move forward. The revived martial artist was too strong. Lord Green Wolf King asked us to gather the demons from the 2 forbidden lands. Everyone, the revived martial artist is strong. We can't face him head-on, or we'll be defeated one by one. A golden-armored god general at the front of the crowd said with a frown. Soon, the god general under King Feng said in a low voice. Then let's gather the demons and wait for Lord True King to send reinforcements. Everyone, it's not a good time to fight. As soon as he finished, the female god general under Zi Luo King said coldly. Although they're strong, they're invincible in the divine land. We'll destroy them sooner or later. The most important thing now is not to gather the demons, but to kill one person to boost morale. The first battle is not good, and everyone is panicking. We might not be able to defeat them. Only by killing the revived martial artist can we strengthen our will. As soon as she said that, everyone knew what she meant. There were human martial artists less than 100 li in front. The powerhouse under King Feng pondered for a moment, then said quickly, Then kill him! Coincidentally, the demons from both places are about to meet up ahead. Let them intercept him and use him as a sacrifice. 100 li in front, Old Man Jin was still flying in the air. In the east, 4 of the 5 demon kings of 100 Beast Forest were less than 50 li away from the other party. In the west, there seemed to be more than 5 demon kings. The few of them were further away, so they could not feel it too clearly. But roughly, there were probably 7 or 8 demon kings. This made them suspicious. How could there be so many god generals in the 10,000 Ants Desert? However, those in the 10,000 Ant Desert were not fast. They were still 200 to 300 li away from Old Man Jing. It would be difficult to kill them. Only the 100 Beast Forest had a chance of stopping them before Fan Ping and the others arrived. Fan Ping and the others were about 400 li away from Old Man Jing. They should not be as fast as them. Gopher, Monster Rat City Lord, and Monster Sunflower City Lord seemed to be rushing over here. These pieces of trash were defeated in such a short time. Trash from the outer realms are really useless. The divine general under King Feng cursed and quickly said, Let them intercept the other party as well. We can't return empty-handed after entering the outer region. If there are other people coming to help us, wouldn't we become a laughing stock? Dozens of god generals had come to help, but in the end, they had to hole up and wait for reinforcements. Wasn't it embarrassing? Now, the only way to wash away the humiliation was to kill the guardian of the passageway. At the very least, before the reinforcements arrived, these people would have some achievements. They wouldn't have to hole up and wait for reinforcements without even meeting them. Then do it. Everyone was talking, but they did not use telepathy. Their telepathy could only reach a few 100 li away. At this moment, a burly man under Green Wolf King said loudly, Sir, we want to kill the guardian of the passageway. Sir, please send an order to the city lords from the outer realms and the demons from the forbidden land to intercept and guard the passageway. As soon as he said that, a sonorous voice came a moment later. 7 Southern Territory god generals, intercept and guard the passageway of the land of rebirth. Kill. As soon as the voice was heard, 4 demon kings from the 100 Beasts Forest turned around and rushed toward the front of Old Man Jing. The Gopher and Monster Rat City Lord who had just fled increased their speed and began to intercept Old Man Jing in front. At this moment, the old man was surrounded by enemies from all directions. To the east was the 100 Beasts Forest, to the west was the 10,000 ants desert. In front of him were the 3 rank 9s who were fleeing, and behind him were the 10 god generals who were rushing over. As for Fan Ping and the others, even if they rushed over, it would be too late. It would not take long for more than 10 rank 9s to kill him. About 400 li away from Fan Ping, in the sky above a city that used to be behind Skygate City. At this moment, there were no rank 9s in the city. In the city, 2 rank 8 powerhouses were extremely vigilant. A few rank 7 martial artists also accompanied them, guarding strictly. They did not go out of the city, watching the King Realm powerhouses in the sky leave. Old Man Jing suddenly stopped. At this moment, he also heard Green Wolf King's telepathy. Not only him, but the powerhouses below, those at Mentality, Vitality, Unity, and above, all heard it. Surround and kill this person. Old Man Sheng looked around. He could already feel the pressure coming from all directions. For a moment, the old man felt helpless. Initially, he wanted to rush over to help Fan Ping and the others. Who knew that Fan Ping and the others were much stronger than expected? When he rushed here, he could already feel the catacombs' powerhouses' auras dissipating and the powerhouses falling. He could also feel the 11 vitality pillars of Fan Ping and the others that pierced through heaven and earth. 11 people were not dead. Humans won big. However, he, the messenger, could not send the message at this moment, nor could he help them. Instead, he became the target of the catacombs' encirclement. Patriarch Jiang asked me to block the 100 Beasts forest. This time, I don't have to block the door. The old man smiled, talking to himself. There was no need to block them. The demons would come on their own. Forget it. Survival in the face of death. Let's fight. There's still good wine waiting for me in Hope City, the old man said with a smile again. Previously, Fan Ping had said that when he returned, they would drink in Hope City. I've been here for 60 years. I've watched countless human heroes die in foreign lands. I've never killed a single person from the catacombs. Today, it's time to start a massacre. The old man's expression froze instantly. He guarded the passageway. People came and went in the restricted area and outland. Insults were nothing to him. However, he watched helplessly as these people entered the outland to kill martial artists. Due to the restrictions of the rules, they did not dare to take the initiative to kill anyone and bring disaster to humanity. In the past, there was a human powerhouse who, in his old age, rushed to the catacombs, fighting to the death all the way from Hope City. He even saw a rank 9 powerhouse, heavily injured and on the verge of death, killing his way to Mount Royal Sea. Seeing him here, he could not believe it and asked why he did not dare to fight. Before Zhang Tao and Li Jin achieved the pinnacle, martial artists of the neo-martial era did not even know that there were still people in Mount Royal Sea. That day, he watched helplessly as the rank 9 in his old age fought with the rank 9 from the city who came after him. In the end, he was outnumbered and died in front of Mount Royal Sea. In this life, the proudest thing I've ever been to Mount Royal Sea was. The thing I regret the most is also going to Mount Royal Sea. Such a thought emerged in the old man's mind. In the next moment, the old man released his aura abruptly. At this moment, a large number of people in the city below died. When the battle started, the rank 9 powerhouse affected others. No one could be blamed for this. It was not a deliberate massacre. Perhaps he had the intention, but it was also forced by the situation. The old man's aura shook the sky. Below, the 2 rank 8 powerhouses were furious. A golden body powerhouse said furiously, "How dare you! You still dare to show off when you're at death's door!" The old man's eyes were ferocious. He glanced at the 2 rank 9 auras in front of him less than 100 li away. In the east, the 4 demon kings were less than 30 li away from him. At this moment, the only way was to escape to the west. However, there seemed to be a large number of demon king auras there. There was no way to escape. Since there was no way to escape, then he would start the battle here. The shockwaves of the battle would destroy a city. When the old man thought of this, he suddenly had no more scruples. Before the few demon kings arrived, He would kill all the high ranks in the city. When the battle started, there was no distinction between high ranks. "Kill!" the old man roared. He swooped down and quickly attacked the 2 rank 8 powerhouses and many rank 7 powerhouses. There were 2 rank 8s and 7 to 8 rank 7s in the city. They were not really afraid of a rank 9 who was about to be surrounded and killed. The rank 8 powerhouse who berated him earlier saw this and shouted angrily, "Follow me to kill the enemy!" As soon as he said that, many high-ranked powerhouses rose into the air. They did not need to kill the enemy. They only needed to hold the other party back for a while. Both sides collided in the blink of an eye. Rumble! An explosion resounded in all directions. The sound of golden bodies colliding could be heard incessantly, like the roar of a bronze bell. "I haven't killed an enemy in 60 years. Today, I'll use you guys to test my skills," the old man roared. A saber appeared out of thin air. A long saber flew across the sky. The old man held the saber with both hands. With a roar, he slashed with the saber. He was an origin path powerhouse. If rank 7 and 8 powerhouses teamed up, they could entangle a rank 9. However, this usually referred to weak rank 9s, and weak rank 9s without divine weapons. He was the passageway's guardian. None of the guardians were weak. Not only was he an origin path powerhouse, but he also wielded a rank 9 divine weapon. His combat strength was also unparalleled. If 2 rank 8s and several rank 7s wanted to entangle him, they would have to pay the price in blood. "Kill!" The battle cries shook the sky. The old man did not care about the 2 rank 8 powerhouses' attacks at all. He wielded the saber and attacked the few rank 7 martial artists. These rank 7s were far from origin path. These people might be able to withstand a few moves in front of weak rank 9s. However, against a rank 9 origin path like him, wielding a divine weapon, it was suicide. Did these people really think that all rank 9s were the same? A weak rank 9 who wielded a divine weapon, a beginner rank 9 who had just entered the origin path, a origin path that had walked a certain distance, a origin path that wielded a divine weapon, a peak origin path that wielded a divine weapon. There were also some truly peerless origin path with peak rank 9 divine weapons, peak origin path with divine weapons. Peak origin path with divine weapons. It could be said that rank 9 also had a huge gap. People as strong as Qinyaozu and the others, if the timing was right, could kill a weak rank 9s with one move. If the rank 9 was clearly divided, it could even be divided into 7 or 8 levels. Even the peerless ones were rank 9, and that was even more. A long time ago, Fan Ping felt that after rank 8, it was a new beginning. The truth was indeed so. When a rank 8 golden body was honed to the extreme, it was truly somewhat beyond the scope of martial arts. At this moment, as a martial artist who had walked a certain distance on origin path, wielding a rank 9 divine weapon, the old man's combat strength was not weaker than the Qin family's Qin 7. Qin 7 detonated his divine weapon and killed a rank 9 monster in one move. Although the old man did not detonate his divine weapon, his opponent was not a rank 9 powerhouse either. A saber slashed through the air. A rank 7 martial artist was almost defenseless. In the blink of an eye, the old man's saber cut off his head. For a rank 7 martial artist, the head was a fatal weakness. "You're not worthy to kill me!" The old man laughed harshly. Before the few big demon kings arrived, he wanted to kill all these high-ranked martial artists. Rumble! A great battle broke out in the blink of an eye. Energy and vitality rampaged in the air. The city was in chaos, and many residents died. Poof! The old man slashed again and again. Every slash produced the sound of an energy explosion. The self-created origin unique technique unleashed its power to the fullest. Bang! The sound of an explosion rang out. Another rank 7 had fallen. In the east, the 4 demon kings were getting closer and closer. 20 li. Ah! A shrill scream was heard. A rank 7 was killed in an instant. 15 li. The old man killed another rank 7. 10 li. As the number of people decreased, they could not hold on anymore. More and more people were killed. The remaining rank 7 were killed in the blink of an eye. Only the rank 8 powerhouse escaped, his face full of fear. This person was much stronger than their city lord. Even if he was up against the city lord, with so many people joining forces, the city lord might not be able to take them down. However, this person, in the blink of an eye, killed all the chieftains. 5 li, 3 li, the 4 big demon kings could almost see clearly. In the void, 4 giant monsters soared in the air, roaring incessantly. Kill! The old man's eyes were bloodshot. Before the monsters arrived, he would kill the 2 rank 9 martial artists, and then the rank 9 demon kings. One was one! Among the 4 big demon kings, only one was an origin Tao. Maybe if he risked his life, he could kill 1 or 2. If it was not for the rank 9 martial artists in front and behind arriving, even if the 4 big demon kings joined forces, they might not be able to stop him. The old man was fighting. In the direction of Devil City. Fan Ping and the others also felt the outbreak of a great battle and heard the Green Wolf King's voice transmission. Despicable! Fan Ping scolded angrily, then said loudly, Seniors, let's go first. Minister Wang, come back later. He had rank 9 divine combat boots. His speed was extremely fast. Qin Yaozu's origin Tao dragon could travel 2 li in a step. Although it consumed a lot of energy, its speed was faster. If they rushed over, they might be able to stop the strong enemy. Wang Qinghai and Tian Mu felt helpless again. Non-origin Tao, not only did they not have combat strength enhancement, but they also lacked some special techniques. For example, when Qin Yaozu's dragon appeared, its speed could break the limit of space. Qin Yaozu did not know that this was the use of the origin space. His origin Tao dragon was actually the manifestation of his origin space. From one end to the other, it was actually covered by his own Tao. For example, if Chang Tao was willing to rush like this, he could travel more than 20 li in the blink of an eye. A distance of 1,000 li was also a matter of an instant. Some people were fast not only because their combat strength was stronger and their outburst was stronger, but also because of their understanding of the use of origin Tao. As soon as Fan Ping's voice fell, Qin Yaozu nodded and said quickly, Then let's go first. Everyone, just follow me. He knew the passageway guardian. He was not young anymore. Both of them used to live in Polaris City. Now that the other party came to help them but was intercepted halfway, he also wanted to help the other party. Fan Ping did not say anything more. He glanced at the 10,000 ants desert in the west. There seemed to be some problems there. What was Jiao doing? However, the demons in the 10,000 ants desert seemed to be together with Jiao. Hopefully, Jiao would not betray them now. The situation ahead was urgent. Fan Ping did not have time to think too much. He, Chen Yaozu, and the others sped up and rushed forward. Halfway, Fan Ping shouted, Senior Warlord! Tell Senior Zhen not to fight. Fight and retreat, wait for us to arrive. He did not want more people to die. At least they did not want to die meaninglessly. Today, he only wanted to see a big victory, not bloodshed. He still had many tricks up his sleeve, including Zhang Tao's split body. The current catacombs rank 9 was not invincible. Don't worry! As expected, Warlord had been paying attention. However, very soon, Warlord shattered the mentality of the Green Wolf King around him and said quickly, Save Little Xing and leave as soon as possible. It's very troublesome. Bamboo King has gone to various territories. He has already joined forces with the other kings and transported more than 60 rank 9. The ultimate battle. I'm afraid it's going to happen soon. If you retreat, these true kings will definitely enter the territory to stop you. If you don't retreat, it'll be a fatal threat. Magic City Catacombs has gathered hundreds of rank 9s today. Bamboo King and the others are still transporting rank 9s. I'm afraid they're preparing to finish it all in one go. They will definitely kill you. More than 60 rank 9s! Including those who were killed and those who were still alive, there were indeed hundreds of rank 9 powerhouses gathered in the 7 southern territories. This was also all the rank 9 powerhouses that could be gathered in the surrounding areas. There were more and more people. However, at this moment, these people had not entered the territory yet. They were waiting for Bamboo King to transport the last batch of people to enter the territory and join the battle together. Fan Ping's expression darkened slightly. Very quickly he humphed. Then kill! Kill them all! His mouth was clamoring, but in his heart, Fan Ping thought to himself, after killing this group of people, if Qinyaozu really achieved the pinnacle, then I'll retreat. If not, then I'll wait and see. More than 60 was indeed a lot. They could not possibly be a match for so many rank 9s. However, old Zhang had not entered the territory yet. This meant that the situation had not reached that point yet. Fan Ping said no more and flew far away quickly. At the same time, on the ground. Actually, Zhang Tao also heard Warlord's voice transmission. More than 60 rank 9s. Including the more than 20 inside, there are more than 80 rank 9s. They're definitely going to kill Fan Ping and the others. Zhang Tao also had a slight headache. In total, the catacombs had invested more than 100 rank 9 powerhouses this time. If there were too many casualties, a pinnacle battle would definitely break out. Although this was what he wanted to see, there might be many true kings gathered now. After thinking for a while, Zhang Tao quickly picked up the phone, dialed a number, and said quickly, "Send Zhang Weiyu, Kong Lingyuan, Li Daong, Wan Yu, Li Ximin, Jiang Yuanhua, Bei Gong Yan, Ma Tianfu, Xie Yifan, Zhong Qinghuan, 10 people to Magic City immediately." Minister! The person on the other end of the phone was stunned. Top 10 powerhouses. On the rank 9 ranking list, the top 5 were all pinnacles. After the top 5, everyone except Zhao Xingwu was here. Now, after the pinnacles, the ranking list was Zhang Weiyu, Wu Chuan, Qin Yaozu, Kong Lingyuan, Zhao Xingwu, Wan Yu, Li Daong, Li Ximin. Wu Quishan could actually replace Zhao Xingwu, who is currently ranked 10th. In other words, Sino Nation was going to fight a nation-toppling battle in Magic City. Originally, Zhang Weiyu and the others were guarding the Shishan catacombs. Kong Lingyuan was still in Chengzhou, Bei Gong Yan was in the Forbidden Catacombs. Minister, you mustn't! If they leave, what about the other catacombs? The martial artists on the other side were anxious. In this way, the Magic City catacombs had gathered the most elite rank 9 in Sino Nation. If something happened, Sino Nation's 24 caves might not be able to hold on anymore. Betting on the nation's fate. If we win this battle, we'll have it easy. Killing hundreds of rank 9s. How many rank 9s are there in the catacombs to kill? Don't worry, we won't lose them in other places. Let Nen Yunhua out of the catacombs and inform them quickly. Nen Yunhua will stay on the ground and monitor Cave 23. I want to fish them out one by one. Inform the other catacombs to abandon the cities and retreat to the ground at the critical moment. Let Bamboo King and the others continue to transport the rank 9s. Other than that, inform Nen Yunhua that after she comes out, she will go to the other 5 sacred lands and enlist reinforcements. This time, give me at least 2 rank 9 from each family. Inform the other sacred lands that all the rank 9s who come as reinforcements must at least bring me 1 mentality avatar. Otherwise, if Sino Nation is crippled in this battle, I will give up half of Sino Nation's passageways and let these people play by themselves. Zhang Tao's tone was rapid as he continued. Inform Jinxing City at once. Send a message to the few weak rank 9s who have evacuated from the King battlefield. Bring divine weapons and come as reinforcements quickly. Since the young ones aren't afraid, why should we, the old ones, be afraid? This battle will make the other party afraid. It will also make the other party realize that Sino Nation is not a place where they can kill whoever they want. Minister, carry out the order. Yes. The person on the other side no longer hesitated. Since Zhang Tao had made a decision, it was not something he could question. However, his heart was still perturbed. This battle was not arranged like this before. However, everything had changed now. The minister actually wanted to fight a nation-toppling battle in Magic City. Zhang Tao hung up the phone. At this moment, there were a few more people beside him. Elvision looked worried. He felt that the outside world had changed too much now. When he came out previously, he thought that a weak rank 9 was enough to change everything. However, now, Magic City catacombs had gathered so many powerhouses, yet Zhang Tao still felt that it was not enough. He continued to recruit powerhouses from everywhere. Magic City catacombs was now a gathering place. There were more and more powerhouses. Elvision did not ask anything. Instead, Zhang Tao said lightly, "Rank 9s are slowly joining the battlefield. Since things have developed to this stage, and the other party's true king has not completely fallen out with us, then we should take this opportunity to hurt them. Let them continue to recruit rank 9s to come and help us." At the crucial moment, Zhang Tao's expression suddenly turned sinister. He sneered, "I'll wipe them all out in one go." Elvision's heart trembled. Beside him, Lu Pola's expression also changed greatly. He said in a low voice, "Minister, if that's the case, will there be a full-blown war?" "I don't know, but it doesn't matter. If the catacomb's true king wants to fight now, then let's fight now." They also know that our people are improving quickly, so they wholeheartedly want to kill these martial artists who have the potential to reach the top. In this way, these people can't even enter the catacombs, so how can they advance? Do you really think you can advance by staying on the ground and cultivating in seclusion? Zhang Tao said coldly. If they really want to start a war now, then let's fight. If he didn't, he wouldn't fight to the death. Since Fan Ping and the others had already pushed the situation to this point, then they should just go with the flow. Coincidentally, I can also force some people to show themselves. Did he really think that he wouldn't have to do anything by hiding in the dog hole? What a joke! If we really lose this time, we'll defend the Magic City catacombs and evacuate with our people. Although our lives will be a little bitter, we won't be completely wiped out. I want to see if those fellows hiding in the shadows will come out. Wait for an opportunity. I'll create an opportunity for them. Elvision, Lu Polu, and the others didn't really understand, but Zhang Tao didn't say anything else and quickly made a few more calls. Prepare for a full evacuation. If they really did evacuate, countless people would be abandoned. However, Zhang Tao was betting that such a thing would not happen now. Would the 5 Holy Lands just sit back and watch? Would the bounded boundaries just sit back and watch? If the Devil Emperor and the others from 1,000 years ago were really all dead, would they just sit back and watch? Who knew where they were hiding, holding back? If that was the case, then they could not blame him for messing up this big game of chess, making these fellows 1,000 years of planning all go to waste. "Kid, I'll play a big game with you this time," Zhang Tao muttered in his heart. The situation was changing, then he had to change too. It just so happened that here in the Magic City catacombs, the bounded boundaries still had 2 paragons. If a war really broke out in the 7 southern regions, could these 2 paragons really not care? If they did not care or ask, it was more or less the same for them to be the first to be killed. "Don't force me. If you force me, I'll personally lead people to attack the bounded boundaries. Just wait and see," Zhang Tao swore in his heart. In this day and age, if he didn't show some ruthlessness, others would think that he was easy to bully. Whether the paragons of Polaris had selfish motives or not, at least they had fought in Mount Royal Sea for hundreds of years. Zhang Tao admired and acknowledged them. However, the bounded boundaries and the Devil Emperor and the others were all hiding like turtles. He had long been sick of it. They were fighting with their lives on the front lines, not to protect this group of people. Come on, let's make the situation a little more chaotic. The 2 kings of the king battlefield. I wonder if they're interested in joining in. Zhang Tao sneered in his heart. They're all playing chess, then I won't play according to their plans. I'll smash this chessboard and let you move your pieces. /4_. Chapter 825. Bang! The Forbidden Catacombs. energy fireworks rose from the sky above the first city. It was like a beacon. Beacons and smoke were spreading. The forbidden catacombs was now human territory. All the cities were guarded by human powerhouses. In the blink of an eye, energy fireworks rose in the second city. 100 li away, the third, the fourth, one city after another, energy cannons bombarded the skies, creating dazzling fireworks. In the blink of an eye, people 2,000 miles away saw this scene. Mount Imperial Sea. Nanyunwa sat atop a mountain peak. Her body had been slashed by the space cracks, and her wounds were so deep that they penetrated to the bone. She had just broken through to the absolute peak not too long ago, so she did not have the mental energy that could cover thousands of li like other absolute peak experts, nor did she have an extremely powerful physical body. She had not gone far on the origin Tao either. But she was still the undisputed overlord of this era. Among the human race, there were only a few female apex experts. There were more than 50 human paragons, and the number of female paragons could be counted on 2 hands. She was also the only female powerhouse who had achieved the pinnacle of humans' neo-martial era. As Nanyunwa saw the energy fireworks rise, a strange light flashed in her eyes. The ultimate battle has yet to erupt. This was a notice of the highest level, telling her to return immediately. Zhang Tao had once said that he wouldn't summon her back to the surface in advance unless it was necessary to evacuate the people of Hua Nation. But at this time, Nanyunwa couldn't care about such things. In the next instant, he turned around and tore through the air. In the blink of an eye, he was already outside of Royal Sea Mountain. The Forbidden Catacombs was the only outer domain that humans at the pinnacle could pass through. This was the outer realm that King Huai had lost to the humans. Of the catacombs' martial artists in this area, all the high ranks had been evacuated. Most of the middle ranks were either killed or transported to other catacombs. A portion of them were banished out of the region and wandered in the restricted zone. This was currently the safest catacombs for humans. A moment later, Nanyunwa returned to the entrance of the tunnel as fast as she could. At the entrance of the tunnel, Beigong Yen, Wan Yu, Zhong Qinghuan, Xie Yifan, Ma Tianfu, and Li Daong were all waiting. Seeing Nanyunwa come out, Li Daong quickly said, "Mayor Nan, Minister Zhang has ordered us to quickly enter Demon City to participate in the war. Also, inform the 5 Holy Lands to send reinforcements." Nanyunwa's complexion changed. She grabbed the several people and flew through the air, asking, "What happened in Demon City's catacombs?" Everyone from MC Miyu entered the catacombs. 3 minutes later, 14 catacombs rank 9s were killed, 1 was captured, and the remaining 3 escaped. Right now, there are close to 100 rank 9s gathered in the Magic City catacombs. The true king is still sending in rank 9s continuously. Minister Zhang wants to fight a battle that will topple the country and let the southern mayor guard the remaining 23 caves. As Li Daong spoke, he immediately added, "Also, when Elder Nan passes by Central State, bring Kong Lingyuan along." Many rank 9s from Star Town have already started to leave the city. Guardian Zhang is also rushing to Magic City. As Li Daong rapidly spoke, Nanyunwa's complexion changed again and again. A battle that could topple a nation. Capital City was not far from Magic City. It was about 2,000 miles away. As he spoke, Zhang Tao sent a telepathic message to him. "Just send them 1,000 miles away. Also, quickly go to the 5 Holy Lands. Send reinforcements." But Nanyunwa wanted to say something, but Zhang Tao gloomily said, "If they don't come, then give up on the channel and evacuate the people. They will enter the 7 southern region and abandon the Violet Catacombs. This time, we will fight to the death in the 7 southern regions and seize the 7 southern regions." Zhang Tao. Nanyunwa was shocked. It was not like that. Sino Nation was going to give up on the channel and turn to defend the 7 southern regions? Then all these years of hard work, would it not be for naught? Don't ask. Deal with it quickly. If the Holy Lands are unwilling, don't force it. This is the first time, and it will also be the last time. Sino Nation martial artists will help all sides and defend the channel to the death. Our heroic sons and daughters will die in battle in foreign lands. When there is trouble everywhere, Sino Nation will help at the first instance. If no one comes to help in this battle, it's fine if we don't defend Earth. Nanyunua's complexion changed slightly. The next moment she raised her voice and said, "Okay. Then this time, I will go crazy with you once." "No, this is not the first time. You are always this crazy. You are the biggest gambler." "Ha! Wrong, I am not a gambler. I am fighting for my life. For you and me, for all living beings, for all those who are unwilling to die." Zhang Tao laughed loudly. In the blink of an eye, Nanyunwe led the rank 9 powerhouses and rushed to 1,000 miles away from Magic City. At this time, Zhang Tao's voice rang in everyone's ears. "Don't resist. Follow me." As soon as he said that, a black crack appeared in front of everyone. There was light in the passageway. Everyone was slightly stunned. Nanyunwe was stunned, but she did not look closely. She quickly turned and left, flying toward the 5 great holy lands. In the passageway, everyone trusted Zhang Tao. Without hesitation, they quickly stepped in. In the blink of an eye, the passageway shattered. After a while, they appeared outside the Magic City passageway in the blink of an eye. Li Daong and the others were stunned. 1,000 miles in the blink of an eye. What was this? What did the minister just do? Zhang Tao ignored them and did not speak. He continued to wait for a while. In the blink of an eye, in less than 3 minutes, Zhang Tao punched out. The void shattered, and a huge black crack appeared in front of them. The originally pitch-black crack suddenly filled the black space with a bright path. Everyone was dazzled. In the blink of an eye, a person appeared in the passageway. Zhang Weiyu. Zhang Weiyu stepped out of the passageway and looked around. When he looked at Zhang Tao again, he was also full of admiration. The minister's strength had reached an unparalleled level. Shattering space, building a passageway, directly leading them here. 1,000 miles away, in the blink of an eye. Such a person, even in the ancient times, would be an immortal, jumping out of the 3 realms and 5 elements. Zhang Weiyu did not say anything. In the periphery, tens of thousands of martial artists were all stunned. They could not see anything. The only thing they saw was a large number of rank 9 martial artists suddenly appearing in front of them. What ability was this? Teleportation? At this moment, Zhang Tao punched again, opening up another passageway. In the blink of an eye, many rank 9 martial artists from Star Town rushed over. 1,000 miles in an instant. If Nanao saw this scene, he might not be able to say that modern humans did not know how to use the origin space and fight. It was not that they did not know how to, but they were unwilling to. Martial arts should be about close combat, slashing the flesh and destroying the spirit, leaving no room for the opponent to resurrect. This was the neo-martial era martial artists. The powerhouses in Star Town looked solemn at this moment. They looked at Zhang Tao with shock. In this world, perhaps only the subduing heavenly king could compare to such a person. In the neo-martial era, in less than 100 years, how could such a powerhouse appear? Among the 13 progenitors in Star Town, apart from the subduing heavenly king, no one was a match for this person. He was terrifyingly powerful. Earth's space was not as stable as the catacombs, but Zhang Tao could break the void with a punch, penetrate 1,000 miles passageway, and guide the powerhouses. It was too shocking. Zhang Tao did not want to say more. He said quickly, "Zhang Weiyu, don't enter first. Zhong Qinghuan, all of you enter the Magic City catacombs quickly. Show your aura, erupt to the extreme, and attract the attention of Imperial Sea Mountain's true king. Those with divine weapons will appear. Remember, this time, you must be ostentatious, don't keep a low profile. Hurry up and meet up with Fan Ping and the others. Tell Fan Ping and the others that this battle has Sino Nation's full support. This is a battle that will bring down a nation. Other than 23 caves where one person will stay behind, all the rank 9s will rush to Magic City. This time, killed to your heart's content. Tell him that the more rank 9s he attracts, the better. Let him be arrogant and provoke the true king. If you're so capable, let the 2 catacombs royal courts and 720 royal city rank 9s rush here. As soon as Zhang Tao said this, everyone was dumbfounded. Sky Plant and Destiny, the 2 royal courts, had 720 royal city. Each city had at least 1 rank 9. The outer domain was not counted. The imperial city was not counted. Just this alone, there were more than 700 rank 9s. This was not a battle that would bring down a nation. This was a decisive battle. It came too suddenly. Don't worry. Usually, when we split up, if we want to attack, we can only kill 30 to 50 people at most. After that, we have to be careful of the catacombs' true king's revenge. But today, if these true kings have the guts, gather all the rank 9s here. Let's see if I, Zhang Tao, dare to kill until rivers of blood flow. Zhang Tao's expression was cold. Not just rank 9s. Including the true kings. Killing one was one. After killing all the rank 9s, human powerhouses could be led by rank 9s, scattering and escaping to the catacombs. From then on, the restricted area would no longer be a forbidden area for humans. Even true king powerhouses could not cover a boundary of 6 billion square kilometers. Sino nations' 50 rank 9s would each lead a team and infiltrate the catacombs. From then on, it would be a chaotic era. Break the chessboard. Who's afraid of who? These true kings gathered so many rank 9 powerhouses here this time. They might not dare to believe that he would attack at this time. Cat! Zhang Tao smiled in his heart. The Forbidden Sea's seawater suddenly disappeared. A boundary territory's apex appeared and was besieged. Would Gong Zhanzi appear? Would people from other boundary territories appear? Of course, he hoped it would not come to that. Whether Cat could escape this crisis or not depended on how the situation developed. Go in! Zhang Tao bellowed. Li Daong and the rest did not wait any longer, stepping into the passageway one after another. Zhang Weiyu's emotions surged. It was time for him to attack. Ever since Nan Yunhua became an apex, he could no longer enter the catacombs. This time, there would be a big battle in Shijiang's catacombs. He was prepared. He did not expect Shijiang's reinforcements to be taken away by the true kings, all brought to Magic City's catacombs. I'm not a coward who's afraid of death! Zhang Weiyu cursed in his heart. Although Fang Ping and the rest did not say anything last time, their gazes made him feel uncomfortable. It was not that he was afraid to fight. Since the emergence of the neo-martial arts era, when he learned how to speak, he had been in contact with martial arts. Since he was 18 years old, he fought in the catacombs. Until now, it had been more than 60 years, and he had killed thousands of times. He had never admitted defeat. The North, South, and West Guardians. He was not the 2 ultimate guardians, nor was he Wu Chuan, who was appointed in the face of danger, a junior who was pushed up at the last minute. In the neo-martial arts era, other than the 3 ministers, he was the only powerhouse in the 4 prefectures who had killed his way up by relying on military merits. Fan Ping, these newbies, actually dared to look down on him. I'll let these fellows know today that when it comes to killing, I'm not someone to be trifled with. Among the 3 departments and 4 prefectures, I'm the only one who's not an apex. Such a thought arose in Zhang Weiyu's mind. As for Wu Chuan, he was just a junior. He could not be bothered with him. The previous South Guardian had died in the catacombs. That was his peer. He did not need to bother with this junior. Magic City catacombs. Old Man Jing fought a bloody battle, laughing loudly. Even a beast dares to show off. In this battle, the demon's forbidden land will be destroyed. At this moment, the city below was already in ruins. A large number of martial artists had fled, and countless civilians had died a violent death. The last 2 rank 8 powerhouses had also been killed on the spot by Old Man Zheng's outburst. In the void, 4 huge demonic beasts surrounded the old man serene from all directions. Hearing the old man call them beasts, the monster kings flew into a rage and attacked one after another. The giant crocodile's tail swept across the old man, and the lion beast's sharp claws tore through the void. These two monsters had fought with the Sky Gate City Lord in the past. They were not elemental path monsters. They had fought 1 against 2 and lost to the Sky Gate City Lord. The old man was not weaker than the Sky Gate City Lord. If it was 1 against 2, he was confident that he could defeat 2 monsters, even if he could not kill them. But at this moment, there were 4 demonic beasts. One of them was a giant eagle with fiery red feathers. That was an elemental path powerhouse. The giant eagle's wings were incomparably sharp, and its claws were comparable to divine weapons. It was not afraid of the old man in a one-on-one fight, let alone 4 monster kings working together. The 4 monster kings worked together and surrounded the old man, leaving him with nowhere to retreat. The old man raised his saber and slashed. For a moment, the sound of explosions rang out. In front, less than 50 li away, the gopher and the others were about to arrive. Behind them, the 10 god generals were about to arrive. The old man's expression was determined. If that was the case, then he would kill a rank 9 monster before they arrived. Vice-Chancellor Fang, I'm afraid I won't be able to drink the wine of victory. The old man sneered in his heart. He had been thinking about this wine, but in the end, he did not get to drink it. Kill! The old man did not show what he was thinking. In the next moment, the old man exploded. The long saber shattered the void and slashed at the king crocodile's tail. Rumble! The divine saber cut through the metal-like tail, and a loud metallic sound was heard. The king crocodile let out a sad cry. A huge saber mark appeared on its tail, and golden blood dripped down. When it hit the ground rumbled. At the same time, the giant eagle flapped its wings and clawed at the old man's back. The old man hurriedly dodged, but the Lion King opened its mouth and bit down on the old man's right arm, which was holding the divine weapon. The old man's eyes flashed. You're asking for it. He had thought that it would be best to kill the king crocodile before he died. However, the Lion King was asking for it. The old man did not dodge, allowing the Lion King to bite his right arm. Crack! The sharp teeth pierced through his right arm, biting it to death. Flesh and blood became a mess, and golden blood spurted out. The old man sneered, and his face turned pale. Rumble! A loud noise was heard. The man and the monster flew backward at the same time. The old man's right arm was gone, along with a rank 9 Chan now. The moment the Lion King bit him, the old man self-destructed his divine weapon. The divine weapon exploded in the Lion King's mouth. Idiot! A beast will always be a beast! The old man flew backward. His legs swept across the air, and one kick caused the king crocodile to explode the void. The old man took a few steps back. Then, without hesitation, he rushed toward the Lion King, whose head had been blown into pieces. This guy had been seriously injured by him. At this moment, he had the highest chance of killing it. Right at this moment, an extremely sharp eagle cry that resounded through the clouds resounded. Behind the old man, the giant eagle screeched and flew over in the blink of an eye. It flapped its wings toward the old man, and as its wings swept across the void, a small crack appeared in the space. Creating a crack in the catacombs was a sign of an explosive force of more than 150 calories. This giant eagle had terrifying strength. It was not a weakling among the path of origin. However, the old man's eyes flashed. He kicked out, and the bottom of his foot collided with the sharp wings. Crack! The wings were like a divine weapon, cutting the golden bones on the bottom of the old man's foot. The old man used the force to fly into the air, and his speed increased by 30%. His uninjured left arm clenched into a fist. He did not use the imperishable substance to heal his injuries, but turned it into a destructive attack. The giant golden fist also blasted a crack in the space. At lightning speed, it blasted toward the still dazed Lion King. This lion was affected by the power of the divine weapon's self-destruction. Until now, his head had not fully recovered, and he was still in a daze. The old man did not care about the divine weapon, the damage to his mentality, and the recovery of his injuries. At this moment, the only thought in his mind was to kill a rank 9 monster even if he had to die, and severely injure the other 3 monsters to reduce the pressure on Fang Ping and the rest. Rumble! A punch blasted toward the Lion King. At this moment, the 4th monster, a giant snake monster, shot a mouthful of light golden pus at the old man's back. In the blink of an eye, the old man's golden body began to corrode. Humph! The old man let out a muffled groan. He felt that his internal organs were burning, and so was his mentality. However, he endured the pain, completely ignoring the injury on his back. Once again, he unleashed an infinite destructive force, and the power of his giant fist increased by 30%. Rumble! Although the Lion King hurriedly dodged this punch in the face of danger, he still could not avoid the reckless old man. His head that had not recovered just now was blasted by this punch, and it exploded immediately. Roar! A painful cry was heard. The Lion King's head exploded directly, and a transparent brain core appeared. In the face of danger, the Lion King still protected his brain core, preventing it from being smashed. However, at this moment, cracks appeared on the brain core. The Lion King let out a mournful cry. The other party almost blew up his brain core with one punch. Although he was still alive, his injuries were extremely serious, and he might not be able to fight anymore. At this moment, the old man's injuries were extremely serious in a short period of time. His imperishable substance was limited, and naturally, he could not use it to heal his injuries. At this moment, Warlord's voice rang out, and he could not help but curse. What's the use of killing a rank 9? Heal, delay. Don't die in vain. They're just a few beasts. When Fang Ping and the others arrive, they'll all die. Kill him quickly. At the same time, the Green Wolf King's voice rang out. 2 powerful mentalities collided in the void. The Green Wolf King let out a muffled groan and roared. Warlord, do you want to fight? So what if I do? Rumble. In the void, the 2 mentalities collided continuously, but neither could participate in the battle. The true king's attitude on the other side was becoming more and more unyielding. Warlord knew that as the true kings arrived one after another, the Green Wolf King and the others' attitudes were also becoming more unyielding. This battle was about to escalate. Hurry up! I'm late once, but I won't be late a second time. While they were fighting, Fang Ping and the others broke through the void at high speed. At this moment, Fang Ping had completely surpassed the speed of sound. There were no more sonic booms. A dazzling light erupted from his golden body. His speed increased, and the burden on his body increased. At this moment, Fang Ping's speed was more than 500 meters per second. His speed was as high as 3,600 kilometers per hour. But it was still too slow. He was close to 400 li away from the old man. It would take at least 6 to 7 minutes. But could the old man last that long? However, he was about to catch up with Monster Sunflower City's lord. This fellow was the last to run, so his speed was not that fast. At this moment, Fang Ping and the others were about to catch up. As for the Gophers and Monster Rat City's lord, they had left a step earlier and were still very far away. However, Fang Ping could not care less about Monster Sunflower City's lord. At this moment, Fang Ping was a little angry. He was still too slow. Even if he ignored the burden on his body and used the imperishable substance to heal his injuries, it was still not fast enough. Although Qin Yaozu used the origin path to hurry, his speed was also fast, but the origin path consumed a lot. Although he was slightly faster than Fang Ping, in order to maintain his combat strength, Qin Yaozu could not rush forward recklessly. Fang Ping needed 6 to 7 minutes. If he wanted to maintain his combat strength, he needed at least about 5 minutes. However, when powerhouses fought, the outcome was usually decided in 2 to 3 minutes. Ahead, about 200 li, Fang Ping had already sensed some weak vitality force aura. It was very weak. The old man guarding the passageway was probably heavily injured by someone. He was still rushing in that direction. Behind him, waves of vitality force erupted. Someone was coming from the passageway. Fan Ping had only rushed for 200 li, but Li Daong and the rest who were thousands of li away had already entered the catacombs. This was the advantage of having a powerful paragon. The speed of transporting reinforcements could not be any faster. In 3 to 4 minutes, not only did they give the order, they even transported people from thousands of li away to Magic City's catacombs. When a paragon gave his all and decided to do something, the efficiency was also terrifying. Behind him, waves of aura soared into the sky. At this moment, in Magic City's catacombs, warlords suddenly laughed heartily, threatening loudly. Sino Nation powerhouses have arrived. If you don't escape now, you will die for sure. 100 Beasts Forest, you dare to surround and kill my human powerhouses. This battle will not end until one of us is dead. Retreat quickly, or else Sino Nation will fight you. At this moment, Warlord could only intimidate the other party. It would be best if he could scare the other party away. Even if he could not, he had to make them feel pressured and afraid. Zheng Tao! You've got guts to hold back a few monsters. Don't worry if you die, 100 Beasts Forest will be buried with you. Warlord, Sino Nation wants to start a decisive battle? What a joke. Hundreds of rank 9s came to your catacombs. Do you really think we humans can be bullied? Green Wolf King, if the Paragon doesn't want to fight, or fight, it's up to you. If the Paragon doesn't want to fight, then let the Paragon fight. If the Paragon wants to fight, I will accompany you to the end. The void was silent. There was no sound at this moment. Green Wolf King had not made up his mind. He had to at least wait for the other true kings to arrive. If the Paragon did not want to fight, then he would continue to send rank 9s to fight. Fan Ping did not know if Warlord's intimidation would work, but the Paragon's verbal threats might have some effect. At least Fan Ping could feel that the aura eruption in front of him seemed to have weakened. At this moment, Fan Ping was only about 100 li away from there. His golden body was about to burst into flames. Just as Fan Ping arrived, the city lord of Monster Sunflower City suddenly turned and ran toward the 10,000 Ants Desert in the west. He was about to be overtaken by Fan Ping. Qin Yaozu was even running neck and neck with him. The city lord of Monster Sunflower City was terrified. How would he dare to go there and meet up with those people? Only the west was safe now. Anyway, the Gophers and the city lord of Monster Rat City had already arrived. The 10 god generals were about to arrive too. 16 rank 9s besieging and killing a rank 9 was extremely easy. As for Qin Yaozu and Fan Ping, these two were the fastest. Even if they arrived, they might be besieged and killed. There were not many humans in the first place. If they split up and rushed here, the city lord of Monster Sunflower City thought that these people were all crazy. However, he did not dare to stay here. Wu Quishan and Wu Chuan were also less than 20 li behind Fan Ping. Their speed was also extremely fast. 90 li, 80 li, 1 li per second. Fan Ping could almost see the situation in the distance. At this moment, he shouted loudly, "Senior, hold on for another minute. You haven't drunk my wine. This time, Sino Nation will win for sure. A great victory with no casualties. If you die, 60 years of defense will become a joke. Zheng Tao, fight this way. We haven't seen each other for many years. Old brothers, what are you waiting for?" Qin Yaozu also shouted loudly. The monsters that were besieging the old man in the 100 Beasts Forest had also increased their speed at this moment. They seemed a little anxious. The resurrected martial artist came so fast. The old man did not reply. He did not have the strength to reply anymore. At this moment, he was like a candle in the wind. His golden body was broken. He was relying on his last breath to hold on. Both his arms were broken, but a pair of broken legs were still kicking in the void, kicking a monster's golden body until it exploded. Blood splattered everywhere. Human martial artists were invincible among their ranks. It all depended on this breath, this willpower. The catacombs powerhouses can die, but we can't. If we die, who will protect the billions of compatriots behind us? We can die in battle, but we can't die without military merits. In the past, a powerhouse said, humans can die, but we can't die in bed. We can't die of old age on Earth. We can't die without military merits. The person who said this was none other than the previous military department minister. The one before Li Jin died in battle in the catacombs. He crossed the catacombs alone and killed all the way to Mount Imperial Sea. When he was dying, he killed 3 rank 9s. Sino Nation's military department officially came to the forefront and became the head of the 3 ministries and 4 prefectures. At that time, Zhang Tao, Li Jin, and the others had not yet taken the position. It was this person who established the position of the 3 ministries and 4 prefectures. Zhang Tao knew that person and heard these words. At this moment, he had not killed King Liu yet. King Liu was heavily injured. He escaped to the side and no longer participated in the battle. He could not die now. He could not die without military merits. /4_. Chapter 826. Sheng Tao, hold on! At this moment, Chen Yaozu was almost there. He was faster than Fang Ping. Chen Yaozu's face was pale, but he was seething with anger. There were fewer and fewer old people. How many familiar faces were there now? Even in desperation realms, who claimed to have unlimited lifespans, acquaintances had fallen today. Xing Tao guarded Imperial Sea Mountain for 60 years. Although he did not kill the enemy, his contributions were indispensable. With him here for 60 years, as long as he was alive, it meant that Imperial Sea Mountain would not be invaded by true kings. When he died, he also had a way to inform the apex that true kings were attacking, and that the apex was coming quickly. This was his role. It sounded ridiculous, but it was not. The dozen people who were not apex at Imperial Sea Mountain were all like this. They were all prepared to die. A true king entered the realm and used their blood as a messenger. That was why the powerhouses here were almost all Origin Dao. Only Origin Dao could seize a chance in the hands of a true king, and use some means to inform the apex that a true king had entered the realm. Zheng Tao waited for 60 years. Qin Yaozu did not want him to lose his life at the last moment of victory. Today, the only powerhouse who returned from Imperial Sea Mountain was Ma Tianfu, the Purple Catacombs passageway guardian. Such a person should not die before dawn. Qin Yaozu was about to arrive, but the 10 god generals who came to help had arrived a step earlier. At this moment, Xing Tao was no longer human, but he was holding his breath, fighting like a machine, killing until he went crazy. He could not die until he killed a rank 9. A tough guy. The god general under Green Wolf King praised, not denying Xing Tao's toughness. He did not make a move. The other party glanced at Qin Yaozu, who was close to 30 li away, then looked at Xing Tao, who was about to be killed. At this moment, the 10 of them had arrived. Killing Xing Tao was extremely easy. However, after a glance, the strong man said quickly, "Kill him, the other party won't come. If not, the other party will come. What should we choose?" Qin Yaozu arrived alone. Fang Ping was behind. They had not recognized him yet, but they knew that the rank 8 martial artist was Fang Ping. The 2 of them were dozens of li ahead of the others. Should they wait for the 2 of them to arrive and kill them together, or kill Xing Tao now? Now that Xing Tao was dead, and Qin Yaozu and the others had not really gone crazy, they would probably join forces with the others and attack together. At that time, it would be too difficult to have such an opportunity again. The female divine general under Zi Luo King's command hesitated for a moment before quickly saying, "Kill him! As for the others, we'll kill them when we have the chance." "We can't. Fan Ping is behind us. Fan Ping is full of tricks. This time, he came alone. This is a rare opportunity." The divine generals under King Feng and King Huai spoke at the same time. Both of them did not care about Xing Tao's life or death, but Fan Ping actually rushed here alone. Although there was still Qin Yaozu ahead, there were only 2 of them. The others were dozens of li away from them, so it would take them at least a minute or two to get there. Here, 16 rank 9s were gathered. Even if the Leo King was severely injured, 15 of them against 2, Jingtao would be more or less crippled. 8 against 1. Among them, there were 6 origins. How could they not be able to kill them? Then let's wait for them to arrive. The burly man under the Green Wolf King was also the leader of this operation. After all, this was the 7 southern regions, the Green Wolf King's territory. Having said that, the brawny man said quickly, "For Demon Kings, please wait for a moment. Wait for Fang Ping to arrive before you kill this person." Screech! An eagle's cry was heard. The giant eagle Demon King's voice was angry and somewhat dissatisfied. At this moment, its eagle claws were already grabbing Jingtao's skull. Before the claws arrived, Jingtao's skull had already cracked, and the dull golden bones were protruding. If this claw landed, Jingtao might not survive. The brawny man said hurriedly, "This is a rare opportunity. Just wait for a moment." The giant eagle screeched again. Suddenly it flapped its wings and sliced Jingtao in half. Jingtao's upper and lower body were separated, but he struggled and refused to die. He leaped up and headbutted the giant eagle. The giant eagle was even more furious. It flapped its wings again and sent Jingtao flying with a bang. Large amounts of golden blood gushed out and turned into red blood. When the imperishable substance was used up, the golden body would shatter, and the golden body powerhouse's blood would no longer be golden. This also meant that the golden body powerhouse had reached the point where he was on the verge of death. The golden body had been destroyed. The giant eagle sent Jingtao flying and did not care about him anymore. Its mentality fluctuated and said, "The person in front, all of you kill. The person behind, 100 Beasts Forest, kill." It was not stupid. The powerhouse in front was obviously a top-notch powerhouse. The aura on his body was frightening. The person behind, on the other hand, was much weaker. The brawny man was stunned for a moment. Then, he said quickly, "Okay, the 12 of us will work together to kill King Gu's descendant. For Demon Kings, Gopher, come with us." The giant eagle was not careless either. Gopher was an Origin Dao powerhouse. King Leo was seriously injured. Although the person behind did not look strong, he was extremely fast. Obviously, he would not be easy to kill. They had to pull this rat to their side. 2 Origin Dao and 2 weak rank 9s. This was more like it. As for the remaining 11 people, there were 4 Origin Dao. It should be enough to kill King Gu's descendant. The brawny man knew that Fang Ping might not be easy to kill. He said immediately, "Okay." As they were talking, Qin Yaozu arrived. Seeing Jingtao, who had fallen to the ground but was still struggling to crawl, seeing that he was already in a daze, blood gushing out of his body but not dead yet, Qin Yaozu could not tell if he was happy or sad. "All of you deserve to die." Although there were 16 rank 9s here, Qin Yaozu was not afraid at this moment. He did not snatch Jingtao. These people deliberately left Jingtao alive to lure him into the trap. If he left, he would be killed immediately. Moreover, he would not be able to escape. At this moment, as soon as he arrived, these people surrounded him from all directions. Qin Yaozu did not hesitate either. The Origin Dragon appeared instantly. In the blink of an eye, he appeared behind King Leo, divine weapon in hand. Sword out. Click! Qin Yaozu had no intention of leaving the brain nucleus behind. King Leo's skull was smashed. The brain nucleus was exposed. At this moment, it hid 500 to 600 meters away, thinking that Qin Yaozu was surrounded and could not escape. Who knew, it did not know Qin Yaozu's ability at all. At this moment, Qin Yaozu's mastery of Origin Dao was getting better. In the blink of an eye, he broke through the void and appeared behind it. With a slash of his sword, he smashed its brain nucleus. Roar! An extremely shrill roar of despair was heard. The brain nucleus was smashed, and the mentality was destroyed. The headless giant corpse of the lion fell to the ground instantly. Damn it! The giant eagle and the others were stunned. They did not expect King Gu's descendant to have such an ultimate art. He actually broke through their encirclement and killed the heavily injured King Leo. They had not killed the resurrected martial artist yet, but a rank 9 had fallen first. Kill! In the next moment, the muscular man and the others attacked one after another. The muscular man saw Qin Yaozu's constant flickering and roughly understood the principle. He quickly shouted, "Activate the immortal deity and seal his Origin Dao passageway!" They were all rank 9, and there were a few Origin Dao powerhouses. Although many people could not do what Qin Yaozu did, it did not mean that they did not know how to deal with it. In an instant, more than 10 powerhouses used their mentality to seal the void. Once the mentality was sealed, Qin Yaozu's Origin Dragon roared instantly, but it could not be used by Qin Yaozu anymore. "You're quite smart." Qin Yaozu did not care. He sneered. "Fine, then I'll kill you bastards!" As soon as he finished speaking, Qin Yaozu moved forward with his sword in hand. The dragon disappeared, and a huge attack word integrated into the long sword. The power of destruction exploded. "Kill!" With a loud shout, a murderous aura soared. Today, only by killing his way to the top and proving his Tao could he not waste this trip. So what if there were 15 rank 9s? Even if he could not win, he still had to fight. Both sides had just started fighting when Fang Ping arrived. At this moment, Fang Ping's face was pale. Looking at Qing Tao, who was covered in blood, he was furious. Qing Tao's golden body was broken, red blood flowing. Right now, he was no different from an ordinary person. If this dragged on, he would definitely die. The only way to save the old man was to kill these people quickly or force them to retreat. 100 Beasts Forest, all of you deserve to die. The giant eagle had its eyes on Fang Ping, and Fang Ping had his eyes on it. He knew that on Jing Tao's side, it was these few monsters who did it. They all had to die. A Chan Dao appeared in his hand. Without another word, Fang Ping broke through the air and slashed at the giant eagle. Screech! A sharp, piercing eagle cry rang again. The giant eagle's sharp claws grabbed the Chan Dao. On the side, the giant crocodile, the long snake, and the gopher attacked Fang Ping. 2 Origin Dao and 2 weak rank 9s were enough to deal with Qin Yaozu. Fang Ping, however, did not care. Just as the Chan Dao and the eagle's claws were about to touch, Fang Ping's mentality exploded suddenly. Boom! Thunder out of thin air. Invisible waves rippled in all directions. The giant eagle was slightly stagnant. The other 3 monsters were the same. At this moment, Fang Ping endured the excruciating pain of his head exploding. With a slash, the shining eagle's claws were bloody. So what if it was Origin Dao? Was the golden body of Origin Dao stronger than him? Was the outburst of Origin Dao stronger than him? That might not be the case. With a slash, the eagle's claws were broken. Seeing that the giant eagle was about to wake up, Fang Ping self-detonated his mentality again. At the same time, Fang Ping's mentality recovered quickly. In the blink of an eye, he broke through to where Qin Yaozu and the others were. Boom! With a crisp sound in the void, the mentality blockade set by many powerhouses shattered in an instant. At this moment, Qin Yaozu suddenly appearing in front of the giant eagle. With a flash of golden light, he slashed at the eagle's head. The giant eagle's huge eyes regained clarity in the blink of an eye. With a violent cry, it flew backward quickly. What Qin Yaozu wanted was for it to retreat. At this moment, although he and Fang Ping did not work together much, they had a tacit understanding. Fang Ping's 7 orifices were bleeding profusely, but he did not care. Once again, he self-detonated his mentality. He self-detonated 3 times in a row. This time, he blew up the giant crocodile. The giant crocodile did not expect the giant eagle to run away. These 2 people suddenly gathered together and targeted it. His mentality was injured instantly, slightly stagnant. And a peerless rank 9 like Qin Yaozu needed this moment. On the long sword, a murderous aura rushed to the sky. Kill! A loud roar was not useless. Mixed with a strong mentality bombardment, once again intimidated the powerhouses in all directions. Hum! A crack appeared in the void. Qin Yaozu stabbed with his sword, directly and indirectly, smashing the giant crocodile's heart core. At this point in the battle, this time, including Fan Ping, no one wanted to preserve the monster's heart core and brain core completely. The demon core, this was the real fatal part of the demon clan. If the brain core was smashed, death was certain, and mentality destroyed. If the heart core was smashed, the energy would collapse. Even if the mentality was not destroyed, the demon clan would not be able to fight anymore. Energy would be out of control, and in serious cases, they would die directly. Eating and drinking, although the demon clan's realm improvement was slow, there were not too many bottlenecks. However, the demon core was also their weakness. Bang! The giant crocodile's corpse fell. With this sword, Qin Yaozu directly smashed its heart core. The power that erupted from the long sword also directly shattered its vitality. Even if the mentality was not completely destroyed, at this time, the other party was also in a half-dead state. In the blink of an eye, 2 rank 9 monsters were dead. And until now, the giant eagle only retreated 100 meters away, suddenly roaring in anger. The 100 Beasts Forest 4 big demon kings, after fighting for a while, actually had 2 killed. The people from the restricted area were actually unable to entangle the descendants of King Gu. They were all useless. The strong man and the group of people were also pale, their expressions ugly. The 11 of them, under the joint effort, were actually killed by Qin Yaozu. Although it was caused by Fan Ping's mentality, it still made them feel ashamed. 16 rank 9s here, only 2 of them. Even if Lion King was severely injured previously, King Crocodile was not, and it was actually killed by a sword. Kagu! These god generals were also angry, their mentality crisscrossed again, messing up the energy distribution here, no longer giving Qin Yaozu a chance to ambush. No longer fighting separately, the remaining 11 people and 3 monsters surrounded the 2 of them in the middle, attacked one after another. These people were also incomparably powerful. Among them, a few rank 9 powerhouses suddenly erupted their mentality together, shocking Fan Ping. Fan Ping's face turned pale, quickly self-detonating his mentality again, shocking these people. In the end, these people actually had a tacit understanding in the blink of an eye without any communication. 3 of them resisted, 3 of them released their mentality again to shock Fan Ping. 3 rank 9s blocked the power of self-detonation, more than enough. The remaining 3 rank 9's mentality was not weaker than Fan Ping's. In the blink of an eye, Fan Ping also tasted the feeling of being shocked by someone's mentality. Taking advantage of the moment when he self-detonated and recovered, the other 3 people shocked him. In the next second, a long spear stabbed at Fan Ping's head. Fan Ping was a little dizzy. Beside him, Qin Yaozu roared, using his sword to block the long spear, grabbed Fan Ping, and leaped tens of meters into the air, avoiding the other people's attack. Fan Ping suddenly woke up, his face revealing a look of fear. These catacombs powerhouses had a very strong tacit understanding. Mentality self-detonation was not invincible. Previously, when he self-detonated, that was because the other powerhouses were occupied, unable to deal with Fan Ping. At this time, these people against Fan Ping, as long as a few people blocked when he self-detonated, a few people surrounded him, then there would not be a situation where Fan Ping killed them. Child's play! Do you really think we don't know how special you are? The god general under King Maple sneered. Regarding Fan Ping, everyone on King Maple's side knew. It was this person who made King Maple a joke in the eyes of the true kings. Fan Ping had self-detonated mentality before. Others might not know or remember, but the powerhouses under King Maple still knew. Right now, although Fan Ping's mentality self-detonation was scary, it was not invincible. 8,000 Hz mentality self-detonation was scary, but 3 rank 9s were enough to withstand it. After saying that, the person shouted again. If he dares to self-detonate again, it will take an extremely short period of time to recover. Shock him again, kill him! From self-detonation to recovery, Fan Ping was fast. No matter how fast it was still the process of 1 to 8,000 Hz. It would not take a second. However, this less than a second was enough for the rank 9 to shock Fan Ping and kill him. Fan Ping's expression was livid. However, he did not say anything. Yes, he had a flaw. It was impossible to be invincible. However, he was very displeased that his flaw had been caught so quickly. There were still too few people. Wu Chuan and the others were too slow. Otherwise, these people would not have the time to send 3 rank 9s to block him, and then send another 3 rank 9s to shock him. Fan Ping was helpless, suddenly saying, "Senior, I'll self-detonate, you kill!" He was prepared to hide behind Qin Yaozu and self-detonate. As soon as he said that, everyone was already attacking. Fan Ping scurried behind Qin Yaozu and began to self-detonate mentality again. The others blocked again. A few of them unleashed mentality to shock. Qin Yaozu was not a dead man either. Seizing this opportunity, he also unleashed mentality, suppressing the surroundings. At the same time, he also sent a voice transmission quickly. "This can't go on. Xingtao can't hold on anymore. He can't withstand the aftermath of the battle either. We have reservations, they have no reservations. Xingtao is about to be shocked to death. What should we do?" Fan Ping was a little anxious. Not only Xingtao, he had self-detonated 4 to 5 times in a row, he could not hold on anymore too. The continuous damage to him was too great. Right now, he felt like his brain was about to explode. If it happened a few more times, he would also have no energy to self-detonate, both of them would be blasted to death. As for Wu Chuan and the rest, they still had at least 30 seconds. 30 seconds was enough for them to die a few times. At this time, Qin Yaozu sent a voice transmission quickly. "Give me a large amount of imperishable substance. Detonate the imperishable substance. Save Xingtao, retreat immediately." As long as they met up with Wu Chuan and the rest, then it would not be these people chasing after them. It would be them chasing after these guys. These guys, did they really think that 6 Tao of Origins was enough? Fan Ping was not careless either. The imperishable substance could be detonated. However, without the cooperation of the mineral vein, its power was limited, even a rank 9 could not kill it. It could only block them slightly, and it was a serious waste, not cost-effective. 1,000 yuan of imperishable substance, at most, could block these rank 9s in the blink of an eye. That was the consumption of 10 million wealth points. For many people, 1,000 yuan of imperishable substance, that was the lifetime savings of a paragon. Just to block a few rank 9s for a moment, this was the biggest waste. However, Fan Ping still did not care so much. In the blink of an eye, a few thousand yuan of imperishable substance appeared in his hands. He and Qin Yaozu joined hands to unleash their mentality, detonating it quickly, throwing it out. Rumble! A few explosive sounds rang out. Those rank 9 powerhouses were slightly stagnant. Taking advantage of this moment, Qin Yaozu did not kill anymore. At this time, what was the point of killing one? Next time, these people would have experience, it would be harder for them to escape. At this moment, Qin Yaozu directly broke through the void. A giant dragon appeared, the dragon's tail appearing in front of Xingtao. In the blink of an eye, Qin Yaozu landed on the ground, grabbing Xingtao, yelling, "It's me, go!" Having said that, without another word, he carried Xingtao and ran. At the same time, Fan Ping also turned and fled, mentality quickly self-detonating once again blocking everyone for a moment, retreating quickly. Behind them, Wu Chuan was slightly faster, Wu Quishan was next, followed by Li Changxing. These 3 people, at this moment, were also almost there. Seeing the 2 of them carrying half of their bodies and escaping, Wu Quishan's mentality erupted, the pressure shaking the sky, yelling, "Hold on for a while more." The 3 powerhouses' speed was extremely fast. As long as they were not killed now, when they arrived, these people were nothing. Right now, there were only 14 rank 9, humans could kill them. Damn it! They rushed over, but the Catacombs God generals were furious. With such an advantage, they actually could not kill their opponents. Now Wu Quishan and the rest were less than 20 li away from here. They would arrive in the blink of an eye. The few of them no longer cared about consumption, about the overload on their bodies. Their speed would be even faster. If this went on, it might be difficult to kill Fan Ping and the rest. Fan Ping, you deserve to die. At this moment, the powerhouses under King Maple's command suddenly roared. At this moment, Fan Ping's expression changed slightly. Then, he let out a cold humph. King Maple was doing this too. At the back, the God General actually threw out a familiar maple leaf. Fan Ping had seen it before. At this moment, Fan Ping's first thought was to throw out old Zhang's split body, but at this moment, Fan Ping suddenly thought of something. I can also control a true king's split body. I am Feng Miexing, King Maple's biological grandson. You can control it, but what about me? I can do it better than you. Although it might not work, King Maple's split body might not be able to kill him. Last time he saw it, it was not too powerful, only comparable to the weakest origin Dao. The moment the maple leaf was thrown, Fan Ping instantly turned into Feng Miexing, taking on Feng Miexing's appearance and aura. The moment King Maple's apparition appeared, Fan Ping suddenly shouted, "Royal Ancestor, kill him!" As soon as he finished speaking, Fan Ping's mentality exploded, starting to contact the apparition. The apparition was just a program, not King Maple himself. At this moment, there was actually a slight stagnation. The apparition was confused. According to the characteristics of the split body, the manipulator would direct the apparition to attack whoever he wanted to kill, whoever he locked onto. However, as King Maple's biological grandson, even if it was just a program, it still represented King Maple himself. Killing his own grandson, King Maple's apparition stagnated for a moment. At this moment, Fan Ping also fled quickly. Idiot, playing this game with me, let your split body go to waste. Sir. The Divine General under King Maple's command was about to go crazy. This was given to him by King Maple before he came. He could only use it if he had to kill Fan Ping. The strength of this split body was even stronger than the one he gave to Feng Miexing last time. King Maple had paid a huge price for it. However, King Maple himself had probably forgotten that the split body was not him, so he did not know how to distinguish between friend and foe in this instant. The apparition stagnated for a moment, probably still accepting the order. Ignoring Fan Ping's order, it charged toward Fan Ping swiftly. However, in the next moment, Fan Ping's aura suddenly disappeared. The apparition stagnated for a moment again. At this moment, the time that the split body existed was almost up, and its aura began to decline. For a moment, it actually lost its direction of attack. It saw Fan Ping, but these split bodies killed people based on the aura they had locked onto earlier. Damn it! The Divine General who was chasing from behind was furious. Damn it, damn it! King Maple's split body's autonomy was too weak. This was also because King Maple was not too strong, and the mentality he cut was not too much. Otherwise, this would not have happened. The split bodies of Zhang Tao, Life King, and the others did not have this problem. King Maple was still lacking a little. Although the split body's strength was only comparable to the origin Dao, this was a true king's split body. It had some special powers that could kill the same rank. Now, it was actually going to waste. Damn it, if King Maple found out about this, he would kill him. Even when a true king cut the split body, it was not as easy as he wanted to. The Divine General under King Maple was furious, and the other Divine Generals were helpless too. This matter was messed up. At this moment, the muscular man suddenly said, "Retreat!" They could not chase anymore. Fan Ping and the others had to meet up with the others. With the strength of the 14 of them, if they really fought, they might end up like the group of people before them. They could not use the fueling tactic anymore. If they lined up one by one to die, it would only get worse. They had to meet up with the others. The Divine General under King Maple watched as the King Maple's split body's aura weakened. Not long after, Qing Yaozu suddenly turned around and slashed with his sword, piercing through the apparition directly. This made the powerhouse under King Maple's command so angry that his eyes almost popped out. The split body did not dissipate on its own. Instead, it was killed by the martial artist who resurrected. To a true king, this was a disgrace. Damn it, if this matter spread, he would be in big trouble. Even if the split body self-destructed, it was still better than being destroyed by martial artists below the true king level. To the 10,000 Ants Desert! The muscular man shouted. There were many demons over there. The monster Sunflower City Lord, the Origin Dao powerhouse, had also gone there. They could meet up with the powerhouses there. The giant eagle screeched, full of dissatisfaction. In this short period of time, 2 rank 9 demon kings were killed. It was too dissatisfied. However, at this moment, if they continued to chase, they would need to fight the martial artist who resurrected. Without saying anything more, the 14 powerhouses swept the 2 demon corpses and left in the blink of an eye. Chapter 827. In the West. The demons led by the Jiao suddenly turned hostile. 3 rank 9 giant ants were caught off guard. One of the rank 9 ants self-destructed, killing the other on the spot. Even the leading ant king was severely injured by the Jiao. Its core was injured, and its energy began to dissipate. As the strongest demon king in the 10,000 Ant Hive Desert, the Ant King was also a powerhouse in Origin Dao. It was no weaker than the giant eagle in the 100 Beasts Forest. However, the Ant King was still in despair, furious, and unwilling to accept this. It had been ambushed by the Jiao. Golden Horned Beast! The giant golden ant squeaked angrily, its mentality no longer fluctuating. The Jiao's huge face revealed a cunning expression. It began to roar as well. Ant King, watch your manners. Communicate with the immortal deity. The Jiao was very pleased. Didn't the giant ant say it was childish when it used beast language to communicate? Why was it roaring now? Kill it! Return to the 10,000 Ant Hive Desert and kill the remaining 2 demon kings! The Jiao roared again. It had led hundreds of high-ranked demons out of the bounded zone this time. The giant golden ant was not with it. The Jiao was no longer attacking on its own. As the Beast King, it had to command the troops. More than 20 rank 8 beasts and 4 rank 9 demons began to besiege the giant ant. The Jiao sensed the aura of the monster Sunflower City's governor, and roared. In the next instant, hundreds of rank 7 demons charged in that direction. The monster Sunflower City's governor saw this from afar. He turned and fled without a word. It was crazy! Hundreds of high-ranked demons. Even he would have to kneel if he encountered them. His divine weapon had been destroyed, and he had been injured by the longevity sword. Although he still had Origin Dao strength, there were hundreds of rank 7 demons. Roar! The sounds of fighting continued. The Jiao could see the light of victory. In the next instant, the Jiao looked in the direction the monster Sunflower City's governor had fled. Suddenly, more than 10 rank 9 auras came from that direction. The Jiao was stunned. What's going on? Why did he suddenly come to kill it? I'm just killing a few ants. Is there a need to kill me? While the Jiao was stunned, the people who had rushed to the west were also furious. Golden Horned Beast! The giant eagle was enraged. Traitor! This was the aura of the traitor from the 100 Beasts Forest. It was actually not dead, and not only did it not die, it actually launched a sneak attack on the 10,000 Ant Desert and killed several Ant Kings. Golden Horned Beast! Damn beast! The divine generals under King Huai were also furious. Even they had heard of this golden horned beast. It had once lured a true king into the outer realms to hunt it down. In the end, the other party ran to the domain of domains, and everyone thought that the other party would never dare to come out again. Who knew that at this critical moment, the other party would actually appear? Anger. The reinforcements from the 10,000 Ant Desert were actually killed by the golden horned beast. Boom! Before those people could rush over, the last gigantic ant could not hold on any longer and was instantly destroyed by the combined attacks of dozens of demons. In the void, the shadow of a giant golden ant had just appeared when the Jiao suddenly opened its bloody mouth wide and swallowed the golden ant in one gulp. What? Everyone was dumbfounded. The golden horn beast actually ate the Ant King's spiritual power materialization. Just as they were dumbfounded, in the direction of the City of Hope and Mount Imperial Sea, the ash cat's big head popped out again. The big cat's face was full of shock. Gluttony of the Eight Directions Divine Technique? The ash cat said the name of an absolute art that left everyone dumbfounded. Gluttony of the Eight Directions Divine Technique. This was the absolute art of a certain big dog. There was only one word to describe it: eat. It ate whatever it caught. It did not eat everything but only pick the best to eat. In any case, it just ate. The more it ate, the better it ate, the stronger it was. Think about it, the ash cat, eating was to enjoy the life of a cat. That big dog was different. That big dog ate was completely to become stronger. Eat to become stronger, and then eat again. Whenever it saw something good, it would snatch it. The ash cat had many good things, and the big dog had robbed it many times. The ash cat remembered it clearly. Even after thousands of years, it had not forgotten that evil big dog. But now, this is the big dog's descendant? The big dog is dead? The ash cat did not feel that the Jiao's aura was familiar. If the big dog was the reincarnation of the same life source, there was no reason for it not to recognize it. Since it was not familiar, was this big dog the descendant of the big dog from the past? The big dog's descendant was actually in the 7 southern regions. What did this mean? Could it be that the big dog knew that it was not dead and threw its descendant here for it to take care of? No, it was prepared to let its descendant snatch its food? That evil big dog! The ash cat cursed softly, suddenly feeling a little sad. Was the big dog dead? The experts of that era were all gone. It remembered that the big dog had also disappeared a long time ago. Back then, the big dog had followed a group of people to eat delicious food. That departure was an eternal farewell. At that time, it was still sleeping. When it woke up, the world changed, the sex rose, and the world was born. Quokang Mountain had delicious food, so it came. It was not a demon-taming beast of Quokang Mountain, and Dong Zhuanzi was not qualified to tame it. In Quokang Mountain, it was quite comfortable. In the end, the second time it slept, it missed the great battle again. The world changed again, and the big changes happened again. Old acquaintances, friends, family, everything was gone. When it woke up again, the world had changed, and people had changed. Everything was gone. Now, it saw something familiar, the big dog's ultimate skill. Did the big dog have descendants? It could not remember. It had slept for too long, so long that it had forgotten the past. Thousands of years had passed, and the only thing it had some impression of was those memories worth remembering. The big dog is dead. The ash cat's huge eyes suddenly became watery. The ash cat Tengu, the heaven's favorite. The Tengu was dead, and its descendant was here. Why did you send me here? I'm not familiar with you. The ash cat muttered. The old cat muttered. Suddenly, big drops of tears rolled down its face and crashed into the water of the forbidden sea, creating a rumbling sound. The big dog was very powerful, so powerful that it would be robbed every time. It was not enough for the big dog to rob it, so it brought people to take revenge, but in the end, everything was robbed by the big dog. That evil big dog even asked it to call more people, and if they snatched something good, they would split it evenly and give some benefits to the ash cat. The ash cat did not want to become stronger, and it did not like fighting. But the big dog only wanted to become stronger, and it wanted to become the Tengu Emperor. It was so powerful, how could it die? Who killed you? The ash cat muttered. The cat muttered, You're so strong, who can kill you? The next moment, the ash cat suddenly changed direction, and quickly dug a hole in the west. The big dog actually threw its descendant here. It had seen this puppy before, but although it looked similar to the big dog, it was still different. The big dog left seeds everywhere. Maybe it's a cross breed. The ash cat muttered in its heart. It should be. Who knew? In the west, the strongest big ant was killed, and the Jiao swallowed its mentality manifestation. The Ant King was completely dead. 3 rank 9 monsters were killed before they could even cause a ripple. Right now, there were still 2 rank 9 big ants in the 10,000 ants desert. In the east, 14 powerhouses met up with Monster Sunflower City Lord, and 15 powerhouses were rushing over. When the Jiao saw this, it suddenly roared. Ignore them, go to the 10,000 ants desert, kill the remaining 2 ant kings, and slaughter the 10,000 ants desert. The Jiao was not afraid of the 15 rank 9s. Including itself, there were 5 rank 9s. There were also more than 20 rank 8s, and hundreds of rank 7s. If they really fought, these guys might not be able to do anything to it. After it killed the 2 big ants, it could attack or defend, retreat to the bounded zone, and they would not dare to chase after it. Go! The Jiao roared and led the demons under its command, moving quickly west. Golden Horned Beast. The Jiao did not care about the roar behind it. Giant Eagle King! It would kill this giant eagle sooner or later. Last time, it dared to abandon it, causing it to be hunted by King Huai. Just wait and see. A war broke out in the west, and 3 rank 9 monsters were dead. At this point, the 7 southern territories had lost as many as 19 rank 9s. The last time Wu Quishan and the others fought, he killed 6. The battle at Skygate, he killed 2. Fan Ping's trip to the bounded zone, he killed 2. In less than half a year, the 7 southern territories lost 29 rank 9s. The 7 southern territories had become a rank 9 graveyard. More and more powerhouses died in the 7 southern territories. The 7 southern territories had really become a huge meat grinder. The Monster Sunflower City Lord and the others were still chasing west. At this moment, Fan Ping and the others had already gathered. Fan Ping had already sensed the aura of Li Daong and the others, but he did not have time to greet them. At this moment, Fan Ping quickly replenished Jing Tao's imperishable substance. However, the old man's injuries were too severe, and it was difficult for his golden body to recover in a short time. However, his flesh was growing at a speed visible to the naked eye, and his aura was no longer as unstable as before. Fan Ping paused for a moment, waiting for Wang Qinghai to arrive. Fan Ping suddenly carried the old man to Wang Qinghai, then gritted his teeth and said, "Everyone, the Western powerhouses have gathered. It will be difficult to kill them in a short time. Let's go to 100 Beasts Forest and slaughter it." At this moment, Fan Ping hated 100 Beasts Forest to the core. 100 Beasts Forest still had a rank 9 Demon King, more than 10 rank 8s, and nearly 100 rank 7 powerhouses. Fan Ping was furious. These demons dared to join the war at this time, then they could not blame him for not holding back. He would destroy the 100 Beasts Forest Forbidden Land. As soon as he said this, Qin Yaozu's eyes were cold. Let's go. The 10,000 Demon Royal Court has never participated in wars. This time, the 2 Forbidden Lands dared to join the war. Then we will slaughter 100 Beasts Forest and destroy the Forbidden Lands. Without hesitation, the group quickly turned around and rushed towards the eastern 100 Beasts Forest. Normally, when killing demons, everyone was very cautious and did not dare to act recklessly. But today, since the 100 Beasts Forest dared to participate in the battle, they dared to kill until the demon race was terrified. In less than 10 minutes, a huge forest appeared in front of everyone. As soon as Fan Ping and the others arrived in the forest, a huge, ferocious tiger monster leaped into the air, roaring violently. That was the remaining 9th grade demonic beast, the one that guarded the 100 Beasts Forest. Fan Ping and the others did not say a word. At this moment, they had countless powerhouses on their side. Without the 4 demon kings, how could 100 Beasts Forest have the strength to resist? Kill! The demon race dares to attack and kill humans. This crime is unforgivable. Kill without mercy! As soon as Fang Ping finished speaking, he swung his saber, splitting a rank 7 monster in half. Without even looking, he charged straight into the 100 Beasts forest, brandishing his saber and slashing. In a flash, Qinyaozu appeared above the ferocious tiger demonic beast. His long sword pierced through the void as he charged towards his opponent. I am the 10,000 Demon Royal Court! The Demon King did not have time to say too much. In the next second, Wu Chuan suddenly broke through the void and arrived, roaring, It's time to kill one for me! This time, a green light pierced through heaven and earth. A long sword pierced through the void, shattering the space. The long sword pierced through the void and arrived, chopping off the ferocious tiger's head. Seeing that, Qinyaozu could only put away his sword, saying helplessly, What's there to snatch? There are more! From the north, dozens of rank 19 have arrived. This time, there will be more to kill. What's the rush now? Humph! Wu Chuan humphed. How could he not be anxious? If he did not kill one, he would be too ashamed to face others. Among the 11 powerhouses, other than Wang Qinghai, who was helplessly guarding the old man Jing Tao and the heavily injured phoenix monster, the other 10 were killing in the 100 Beasts forest. Roar! Squeak, 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 howl! Beast roars came one after another. The 100 Beasts forest that had stood in the 7 southern regions for thousands of years was forcefully breached today. The Beast King that stayed was besieged by 2 peak rank 9 powerhouses, killed in the blink of an eye. Very soon, the 10 people began slaughtering the 100 Beasts forest demons. The sounds of explosions were endless. One by one, the rank 7 and 8 demons that were usually high and mighty were like weeds today. Their corpses were everywhere. The blood-red light soared into the sky. Too many high-ranked demons died in battle, causing the entire 100 Beasts forest to be shrouded in the blood-red light. Thousands of miles away, in the west, when they saw the blood-red light piercing through heaven and earth in the east, the giant eagle monster and the long snake monster that was still alive roared madly. The 100 Beasts forest was breached. Today, the 2 big demon forbidden lands of the 7 southern regions were going to be completely destroyed. Ahead, the Jiao had already led countless demons to war with the demons of the 10,000 Ants Desert. They were slaughtering the demons of the 10,000 Ants Desert. The demon forbidden lands participated in the war for the first time. In the end, before they could achieve anything, the 2 forbidden lands were destroyed. Out of the 10 great demon kings, 6 had already been killed. The remaining 2 big ants were also in a precarious situation. Screech! The eagle's cry was violent and regretful. The demons should not have participated in the war. Today, the demons actually listened to the Green Wolf King's orders and came out of the forbidden lands to participate in the war. They thought that the land of rebirth was not a threat. Who knew that it would bring disaster upon them? The forbidden lands were destroyed in the blink of an eye. The giant eagle monster thought that the land of rebirth would not dare to attack the 100 Beasts forest. It really thought so. The forbidden lands were the territory of the 10,000 Demon Royal Court. But now, the martial artists who were reborn did not care at all. Since they dared to attack, then Fang Ping dared to slaughter the forbidden lands. Imperial Sea Mountain. At this moment, the Green Wolf King was completely silent. War King did not say a word either. On the high platform, Ji Yao glanced at God General Ji Nan. After a while, she said, Lord Green Wolf King, how's the situation in the 7 southern regions? She was not a true king. Naturally, she could not see through Imperial Sea Mountain and see the situation inside the 7 southern regions. If the Green Wolf King did not say anything, she would not know. But in total, the 7 southern regions had already invested in the rank 9 army. But now, the Bamboo King was still sending God General from all over. This surprised Ji Yao. Had the war in the 7 southern regions reached this stage? The Green Wolf King ignored her. At this moment, another true king arrived. He came from the Destiny Royal Court and was on good terms with the Ji family. This true king looked indifferent. When he heard Ji Yao's question, he said softly, The war is not going well. The changes in the 7 southern regions are too big. The demons in the boundaries have slaughtered the 10,000 ants desert. The martial artists who were reborn have slaughtered the 100 beasts forest. The 7 southern regions' native demon generals and god generals are left now. 5. Ji Yao was stunned. How many native rank 9s were there in the 7 southern regions? There were 18 rank 9s in the cities and 10 in the Forbidden Lands. There were 28 rank 9s in total. Did this mean that 23 rank 9s were killed in a short period of time? This true king counted the Phoenix monster beast's death. Right now, the Phoenix monster beast's aura was so weak that it could not be sensed. To him, it must have died in battle. The remaining 2 rank 9 ants in the 10,000 ants desert were also killed by Jiao and the other demons. 23. In less than half an hour since the start of the war, 23 rank 9s were killed. Even a true king powerhouse was stunned. Jiao was stunned for a moment. Then, she said hurriedly, "Then the martial artists who were reborn, martial artists who were reborn." This true king smiled faintly. After a while, he said, "One of the martial artists who were reborn died in battle." Humph! Green Wolf King suddenly snorted. Not far away, War King suddenly smiled faintly. "Sorry, he's not dead yet. King Pingshan, your strength is still a little lacking. Go back and practice more, lest you die a violent death like mysterious Jade True King." This new True King's strength was really not up to par. His sensing ability was very poor. He could not sense that the Phoenix was still alive. He could not sense that Qingtao was still alive. This was the difference in strength. The other party could only make a rough judgment. As soon as this was said, the true king's expression changed slightly, but he did not speak. If he spoke now, it would be a joke. Since Green Wolf King did not refute, it meant that what War King said was true. 7 southern regions had lost 23 rank 9s in battle. None of the martial artists who were reborn were injured. As for Ji Yao, her expression was strange. So many god generals entered the territory. In the end, 23 of them were killed by the martial artists who were unharmed. What did this mean? Were God Continent's god generals this weak now? This battle was fought with great momentum, but this was the result? If word got out, other than the true king powerhouses in God Continent, everyone else would be shaken. Would they really dare to fight the land of rebirth? There were many god generals in God Continent and the outer territories. In total, there were close to 2,000 rank 9s in the 108 outer territories and cities. There were at least 500 demon god generals in the forbidden rank 9. There were more than 2,500 rank 9s in the outer territories. The inner territories of God Continent had more rank 9s than the outer territories. Of course, it was not that much. Many rank 9s in the outer territories came from the inner territories. In total, there were a few thousand of them. However, God Continent was too big. Was a few thousand god generals a lot? There were so many true kings, so many divine sects and dynasties. There were not many god generals directly under the command of the 2 royal courts. More than 20 were killed in this battle. Now there were close to 80 rank 9 powerhouses in the 7 southern regions. If hundreds of god generals were killed in this battle, God Continent would be in turmoil. In the past few years, too many god generals had died in battle. Sino Nation, Jiao said all of a sudden. King Pingshan fell silent. In the past 2 years, too many god generals had died in the war with Sino Nation. In total, there were probably more than 50. As for Sino Nation, it was funny. So far, only Axe King had died in battle. With the battle-loss ratio at this point, even the true kings were a little shaken. 50-1. This was the battle-loss ratio of god generals' powerhouses. What about true kings? When the war started, there were dozens of true kings in the land of rebirth. Forget about dozens to one, even if it was 2-1, 100 true kings would have died in battle. At the level of true kings, they were almost immortal. Was it really worth it? King Pingshan's mind was full of thoughts. He was a powerhouse who had not gone far on the origin path. Once he joined the war, he might really follow in Mysterious Jade True King's footsteps. Mysterious Jade True King was not weaker than him. She died in Imperial Sea Mountain the first time she joined the war. After thinking about it, King Pingshan suddenly sent a voice transmission to Green Wolf King. Should we continue? If this goes on, there will be more casualties. Green Wolf, you won't be able to explain it to the royal court. I see that Bamboo King is still transporting rank 9s. Are you summoning true kings to prepare for a true king war? Green Wolf King sent a cold voice transmission. That's the plan. If we lose again in the God General's War, then we'll start a true king war and invade the 7 southern regions. We might even take this opportunity to invade the land of rebirth. Green Wolf, are you serious? That's right. King Pingshan was silent for a while, then sent a voice transmission. I'm not interested in invading the land of rebirth, nor am I interested in seizing the seed of rebirth. I won't join this war. War King, Martial King, Hades King, Heaven Suppressing King, Sword King, none of them are weak. I've only been a true king for 300 years. I still have a long life. I don't want to die here. You. Humph. King Pingshan ignored him and continued. Green Wolf, this war is between the land of rebirth and the Heavenly Plants Royal Court. The Heavenly Plants Royal Court has always been fighting head-on. Now you're so impatient. Don't you think you've gone overboard? Do you want to drag the Destiny Royal Court into the flames of war? Green Wolf, don't be impulsive. The Royal Court and the True King Palace can still accept God General-level martial artists joining the 7 southern regions. However, you want to drag the entire Royal Court into the flames of war. The other True Kings won't agree. Although there aren't many True Kings in the land of rebirth, there are many top-level True King powerhouses. Think twice, King Pingshan advised. The war was not going well. He could already feel a strong sense of crisis. This war had the tendency of breaking out into a big war. Once the True Kings joined the war, the situation would be completely chaotic. By then, it might attract more and more True Kings to join the war. This time, there might be True Kings who would really fall. He was not strong and did not want to get involved. He did not want to die here either. So what if he conquered the land of rebirth? When a person is dead, everything is empty. Even if the seed of rebirth could really resurrect people, these True Kings could only resurrect those God Generals because the God Generals were their subordinates. If these True Kings died in battle, they would really die. No one would be willing to resurrect a True King and increase their opponents. As soon as he finished speaking, King Pingshan suddenly frowned and said, It seems like someone from the land of rebirth has come again. Green Wolf King noticed it earlier than him. He did not continue the topic just now. Instead, he frowned slightly and said, Sino Nation is so generous. Including Fan Ping and Longevity Sword, the number of God Generals participating in the war has reached 24. At this moment, rank 9s entered from the passageway one after another and joined the war. How many rank 9s were there in Sino Nation? There were 48 places on the ranking list. Other than the 5 paragons, there were 23 passageways. There were no rank 9s in the Forbidden Catacombs now. 22 passageways were guarded by rank 9s. That was the 27th. Zhao Xingwu was not included in the list. The remaining 20 were all here. In addition to the 2 rank 8s, Fan Ping and Longevity Sword, there were 22 in total. Including Jingtao and Elvision, there were 24 powerhouses who had entered the domain. This was Sino Nation's overwhelming power. Of course, there were still a few rank 9s in Polaris City and the central government who were not on the ranking list. From the looks of it, they might be rushing to join the war soon. Perhaps very soon, there would be as many as 30 rank 9s participating in the war. On the Catacombs side, there were about 80 rank 9s in the domain now. Don't forget, there were still a few demons from the Land of Boundaries that were also participating in the war. King Pingshan felt increasingly threatened. It seemed that Sino Nation's King Wu and the others were really going to fight a big war in the 7 southern territories this time. There were not many resurrected god generals. If they suffered heavy losses, even if the Green Wolf King did not start the war, King Wu and the others would make a move. King Pingshan glanced at the Green Wolf King. Suddenly, he sent a voice transmission to Ji Yao. Leave this place as soon as possible. A battle between true kings might break out here soon. Ji Yao, leave as soon as possible. The Green Wolf King is bent on dragging the royal court into the war. I'm afraid he has other plans. Ji Yao's expression changed slightly. Her father had asked her to come here to check out the situation and see if she could discuss cooperation with Fan Ping. Initially, she thought that she had to be more careful this time. With 5 god generals protecting her, there should be no problems. Who knew that the situation would deteriorate to this point now? 5 god generals? 5 true kings were more or less the same. The 7 southern territories was about to become a slaughterhouse for the god generals. At this moment, the Green Wolf King suddenly sent a voice transmission. Inform the other territories to join the war. Defeat the Land of Rebirth. Perhaps this time, we can conquer the Land of Rebirth completely. Ji Yao suddenly snorted coldly, her eyes cold and stern. Green Wolf King, you don't have this right. You're neither the royal court lord nor the true King Hall Lord. How dare you? At this moment, Ji Yao could not stand it anymore. The Green Wolf King actually wanted to start a war between all territories. He wanted to drag the Destiny Royal Court into the flames of war and become the main attacker of the Land of Rebirth. This was something that the Ji family would never agree to. The Green Wolf King's eyes were cold. King Pingshan said calmly, Green Wolf, think twice. If he touched Ji Yao, started a war, and dragged the royal court into the flames of war, he would just have to wait for the Life King and Lord Ji's revenge. The Green Wolf King glanced at Ji Yao coldly but did not mention the other territories attacking together. This was no longer something he could control. However, the 7 southern territories was his territory. He could do whatever he wanted. Even the royal court had no right to control what he did. If the seed of rebirth had really appeared, wouldn't the catacombs' powerhouses be worried? Wouldn't they be afraid of humans obtaining it and becoming emperors? But they weren't in a hurry. They waited and endured. Was it really because the Outer Realms passageway was unstable? The passage to Mount Royal's Sea was still there. If the catacombs' powerhouses really wanted to focus on attacking the Shishan catacombs and attack together, why would they need to attack one by one from the outer domain? They could directly break through the Mount Yuhai passageway, and perhaps they could enter the human world. But they didn't. Maybe it's because it's not worth it. They hadn't even seen anything yet. There was no need to fight to the death. The powerhouses of the catacombs had endured for countless years, waiting for passageway 108 to be fully opened. Perhaps by then, there would be an earth-shattering change. When the seed of rebirth appeared completely, perhaps everyone would be able to discover it. It would not be like now, where almost no one knew what the seed of rebirth was. Who told them? Who spread the news about the seed of rebirth? So that these catacombs powerhouses did not doubt it at all and believed it to be true. Fan Ping used the flight steps swiftly while thinking about this question. This news was definitely not groundless. It concerned hundreds of true kings. Some of these true kings had been planning for thousands of years. If the news was not confirmed, these people would be stupid to do this. Would there be any benefits in attacking and destroying Earth? To the true kings, Earth was nothing. But they still did it. That meant that they had confirmed the authenticity of the news, or that it was told to them by a powerhouse that they all believed. It was very clear that the seed of rebirth existed. That was why they did it. To be able to make hundreds of true kings believe. Ordinary people don't have this qualification. After about another 10 minutes, both sides met. Old Chen, Guardian Wu. Everyone greeted one after another. Li Daong said loudly. Fan Ping, the minister, has given orders. Today, we will use all of Sino Nation's strength to fight the catacombs in Magic City. We won't stop until one of us is dead. At the back of the crowd, Zhang Weiyu also entered at this moment. He laughed loudly and said, "Today, West and South Guardian Manors will listen to MC Meiyu's orders. Fan Ping, today, MC Meiyu is the leader. You guys decide how to fight. This time, Sino Nation will not hesitate to give up other passageways. We must gain the biggest advantage in Magic City catacombs, using all of the nation's strength to fight this battle. If they lost Sino Nation, then they would conquer 7 Southern Territory. If they did not lose Sino Nation, then they would conquer 7 Southern Territory. Or they would completely abandon 7 Southern Territory, but they would also destroy this place and make this territory wasteland." Fan Ping looked around. He saw many familiar faces and many powerhouses. Zhang Weiyu and the rest had actually arrived. Kong Lingyuan, an Origin Dao powerhouse who was in charge of a catacombs, had actually given up guarding and rushed here. There was also Star Town. A large number of powerhouses had also arrived. Fan Ping suddenly felt a little out of breath. In this battle, if these people died in Magic City catacombs, then Sino Nation's elite class below the pinnacle would be wiped out. The large number of pinnacle seeds accumulated in the neo-martial arts era would be obliterated. Fan Ping looked in the direction of Imperial Sea Mountain. There were currently close to 70 auras piercing through the heavens and earth. They were about 600 li away from them. The more than 60 people who came in had joined up with the 4 god generals under Ji Yao's command. Almost 70 people had been gathered. In the west, the 15 auras no longer cared about Jiao and the rest. Instead, they took a detour and went to the side to converge with those people. Once they converged, there would be more than 80 rank 9 martial artists. And here, even including the crippled Jingtao, there were only 24 people. Using the strength of 24 people to fight more than 80 rank 9s. It was not that they could not fight. Zhang Weiyu, Qin Yaozu, and the rest were all masters who could fight 2 against 3. However, if they fought like this, then the human casualties would be huge. In the end, more than half of the 24 powerhouses might die in battle. This was a loss that Sino Nation could not afford. Fan Ping did not speak. Instead, he quickly condensed about 30 lumps of imperishable substance. He threw one to each person and handed the rest to Wu Kuishan. He said loudly, "Everyone, use them when you need to. We can fight, but it's important to stay alive. More than half of Sino Nation's Grandmaster powerhouses are gathered here. If we're injured, it'll be a national tragedy." After saying that, Fan Ping immediately said, "Go and meet up with Jiao and the rest. There are still 5 rank 9 monsters over there. Let the demons fight. The demons will be the vanguard. These demons are not afraid of death. Now that the 2 major forbidden lands have been destroyed, they have already made their move. There's no way out. We have to fight even if we don't want to." As everyone spoke, they were already rushing toward the west. More than 20 powerhouses auras swept across the city. This time, they ignored the city below. Some rank 7 and 8 powerhouses in the city saw them flying over and fled as fast as they could. They could not stay in the city. In the battle on Jingtao's side, the rank 9 battle earlier, they destroyed a city directly, wiped out the invaders, and killed all the high ranks in the city. Although these people did not feel it clearly, they knew that some people were caught in the crossfire. At this moment, how would they dare to stay where they were? In an hour, that would be 60 million points. The price of 5 people is too high. Actually, we don't need so many people. Maybe we can reduce it. Actually, just to be safe, Old Man Li and I are enough. If it was really him and Old Man Li, then the consumption would be negligible. When Fan Ping thought of this, he suddenly changed his strategy and said quickly, "I will go with Instructor Li. No more disguises, but assassinations. As long as we are fast, we can kill one person in an instant and leave immediately. We have this confidence. I will self-detonate my mentality to intimidate one person. Instructor Lee will use his sword to kill one person. We will lead them in circles, mess up their deployment, and disperse their forces. The more Fan Ping spoke, the smoother he became. He said quickly, "That's what we should do. That's the only way we can take them down with the least amount of effort. Also, if everyone has brought avatars, please give some to us. Let's see if we can kill more people." As he spoke, Zhang Weiyu suddenly said, "Fan Ping, it's best not to use avatars this time. The battle of the peerless powerhouses is about to break out. Other than Minister Zhang, it's best not to use the others to prevent the decline of some of the peerless powerhouses' combat strength. The cost of killing a few more rank 9s is far less than the cost of using avatars. If the battle of the peerless powerhouses did not happen, they could recover after a period of recuperation." Zhang Weiyu would not say this. However, if the battle of the peerless powerhouses was imminent, using avatars at this time could easily cause the death of the peerless powerhouses if they were not careful. Sino Nation could not afford this price. Fan Ping's expression changed slightly. "Careless? Really careless?" Previously, he asked Jiang Chao and the others to come. At that time, he thought that if a great battle broke out here, even if the peerless powerhouses participated in the battle, it would be limited to old Zhang and the others. But now, it might not be so. For example, people like Elder Ancestor Su and the others might rush over to participate in the battle. If they use their avatars during the battle, causing their mentality to be deficient and stagnant, then it would be very troublesome. Fan Ping took a deep breath, looking at Zhang Weiyu and nodding heavily. The others might be embarrassed to say this. The few powerhouses in Constellation City might not be able to say this, but Zhang Weiyu's reminder was right. At this time, they should not count on using the peerless powerhouses' avatars to kill the enemy. As for old Zhang's, it could be used. Now Fan Ping felt that old Zhang did not care about this shortcoming. Then Instructor Lee and I will assassinate the enemy and disrupt their deployment. Try not to split up. Once you do, then it'll be troublesome. As he spoke, Zhang Weiyu suddenly transmitted his voice. Minister Zhang said that the cat you saw earlier is a cat from the bounded domain. At the crucial moment, let Elvision appear and let that cat attack. It's hiding underground now, using the water of the Forbidden Sea to conceal its aura. Minister and the other party have reached a certain agreement. By paying a certain price, the other party can attack in secret. Fan Ping's pupils constricted. He transmitted his voice quickly. In Hope City? Not only that, it is now opening up roads everywhere, pouring seawater into it, and concealing its aura. I'm not too sure where it is exactly, but pay attention and investigate. It might be where there are underground rivers. It shouldn't be too far away from us. Zhang Weiyu spoke quickly. Also, don't trust it completely. No one knows what the powerhouses in the bounded domain want to do. Try to guard against it. Also, Minister asked me to tell you, if you have the ability to attract a few hundred rank 9s here, he will attack at the crucial moment, annihilate these powerhouses, and completely break the rule of the peerless powerhouses not attacking. Of course, that's only if it's worth it. If there aren't enough rank 9s, humans won't take the initiative to break these rules, because it's more beneficial to us. Fan Ping was shocked. Old Zhang was really prepared to do something big this time. He actually wanted him to attract a few hundred rank 9s for him to kill. This old man was really ruthless and evil. I understand, then the other passageways, don't worry about it, prepare to give up. Minister said so? That's right. Understood. Fan Ping did not waste any more time. His speed was extremely fast. From afar, his mentality erupted, and his pressure shook the sky. He roared, "Brother Jiao, come quickly!" In the next moment, from afar, the Jiao, who was holding a gigantic energy stone in its mouth, leaped into the air, looking at Fan Ping. With a crunch, it swallowed the huge energy stone into its stomach, a hint of helplessness in its big eyes. "Why did you call me?" "I'm looting the spoils of war. Chef actually brought people here. Could it be that he felt that he had broken his promise and was looking for him to settle the score? Didn't he just not attack the city? But he also destroyed the 10,000 ants desert, and it was so easy. No, the Jiao suddenly realized that it was in trouble. It was so easy. Could it be that Chef thought that it was too comfortable and was unhappy? It destroyed the 10,000 ants desert this time. It was really quite easy. Hundreds of demons first surrounded and killed 3 big ants, then 2 rank 9 ants that were split up. It was very easy. The demons in the bounded domain did not suffer too great losses. Only 30-odd rank 7 demons and 4 to 5 rank 8 demons died. At the thought of this, the Jiao's golden body suddenly dimmed. The originally arrogant Jiao became miserable in the next moment, like a big dog that fell into a mud pit, battered and exhausted. There were even some cracks on its golden body. I was beaten up badly. In the distance, Fan Ping and the others looked sluggish. What was going on? Qin Yaozu and the others did not understand the Jiao, and thought that it was seriously injured, so they did not think much of it. But Fan Ping knew it. This big dog, back in Skygate City, pretending to be pitiful. Anyway, if there were benefits, it would do it. It did not care about its reputation. If there were no benefits, it was usually not willing to do it. Fan Ping could not be bothered with it. His mentality erupted to the extreme, and he quickly roared. We have killed dozens of rank 9 powerhouses. Now that the restricted zone has sent reinforcements, our reinforcements will need some time to arrive. If you do not want to be annihilated by the restricted zone powerhouses, come and meet up quickly. Do you really think that after destroying the 10,000 ants desert those people will let you go? If you and I split up, you will definitely die. Think about your choice. Fan Ping was not worried at all that they would not meet up. If they split up now, as long as Fan Ping and the others left and did not stay in the west, they could be quickly annihilated by those powerhouses. Since the Jiao had already made its move, now it was not about destroying the 10,000 ants desert, but standing on the side of the humans. This kind of traitor was even more hateful. The Jiao was slightly stunned. What he said seemed to be right. Unless, before it could finish its thought, Fan Ping seemed to know what it was thinking, and shouted again. It's too late to retreat to the bounded domain now. This time, the 7 southern regions have gathered hundreds of rank 9s. If we are defeated, the bounded domain will no longer be a paradise. When the time comes, when the rank 9s enter the bounded domain, you will not be able to escape. True kings could not enter the bounded domain, but rank 9s did not have that many restrictions. The Jiao's giant eyes blinked. Boarded the pirate ship? That seemed to be the case. If they retreated now, Chef and the others would be defeated, and it would be doomed. If they did not retreat, they would have to fight many rank 9s. At this time, the two sides were about to converge. The Jiao was a little troubled. Chef said that they would win for sure, and in fact, they did win for sure. The other party quickly killed the local powerhouses of the 7 southern regions. The Jiao did not expect that the restricted zone would have so many rank 9s as reinforcements. Now that the battle had come to this, it was feeling a little helpless. It would have been better if it had not attacked, but now that it had attacked and killed the giant ants, it was obvious that it would not be let off. Roar! The Jiao suddenly roared. In the next moment, the demons in the 10,000 ants desert who were still devouring the bodies of the demon beasts rose into the air. At this moment, there were less than 100 rank 7s, and there were only a few rank 8s. Seeing this, Fan Ping shouted again. The 2 demon restricted zones have been destroyed. Brother Jiao, the top powerhouses of the humans, Guardian King, Martial King, Battle King, Pluto, have unanimously decided to confer you the title of the 7 southern regions Demon King. After this battle, you will be the 7 southern regions Demon King. Humans will manage the humans, and the Demon King will manage the demons. There will be no encroachment. Demon King. Conferment of the kings. The Jiao's giant eyes blinked again, feeling that it was so awesome. Demon King conferred by the kings? Why did it feel like it was similar to the Lord of the royal court? If that was the case, would it be the number one demon under the kings in the future? At this moment, the demons in the bounded domain were all roaring, somewhat agitated and excited. Be it humans or demons, true monarchs were supreme beings. At this moment, Fan Ping had brought the conferment of the human kings. Although it was not the kings of the catacombs, to them, it was similar. The Golden Horned Beast King was conferred a title by the kings. This was the first time something like this had happened in the 7 southern regions. At this moment, a token appeared in Fan Ping's hand. He tossed it over and shouted, "Jiao, are you willing to accept this order? This is the heaven-suppressing order, the order of the top human, Guardian King." The Guardian King had killed many true king powerhouses and was invincible. If you accept it, the Jiao will be the demon lord of the 7 southern regions. In the future, the Jiao will be free to roam the human world. Fan Ping did not mention the consequences if he did not accept it. However, the demons were still shocked. The top human true king, an existence that had killed many true kings. The land of rebirth could compete with the divine land because of these top powerhouses. If he did not accept this order, there would be a lot to say. This would be a slap in the face of the human kings. The Jiao was also helpless. Chef had already thrown it at him. Should he accept it? If he did not accept it, it would be so inappropriate. If he accepted it, Chef was obviously asking him to do the hard work. He was not stupid. Forget it, let the other stupid demons do the work. He was the king, he could just command. The Jiao did not waste any more words. Soon, the token was sucked into the air by the Jiao, disappearing in the blink of an eye. No one knew if it was stored in the Jiao's stomach. Greetings, Jiao. At this moment, the demons all prostrated on the ground. It was perfectly justifiable for the kings to confer their titles. When Fan Ping said, "Jiao King," the Golden Horned Beast King became a thing of the past. From now on, it would be the Jiao King, a title given by the human kings. As the demons paid their respects, Jiang Yuanhua sent a voice transmission to Li Ximin, asking, "Does your family's elder ancestor have the heaven-suppressing order?" Li Ximin was the Li family patriarch of Star City. After a while, he said, "The elder ancestor has the token, not the heaven-suppressing order, but it does seem to belong to the elder ancestor. As for the conferment, the elder ancestor hasn't been back for so many years, where would he find the time to do this?" Stop joking, the Li family had not seen the heaven-suppressing king for many years. The elder ancestor would not have the time to confer the title of Demon King on a foreign demon. Fan Ping's lies could only fool the demons. Fan Ping did not care about this. At this time, including the 5 demon kings, himself, and Old Man Li, there were 29 rank 9 combatants on the human side. Xing Tao was recovering rapidly. "Instructor Li and I will sneak over now. Everyone be careful." He had just finished speaking when Zhang Weiyu suddenly said, "Me, Old Chen, Wu Chuan, and Wu Quishan, the 4 of us will act alone. If the 4 of us join forces, we are stronger than the 3 from the Sky Plant's royal court back then. We can even fight a newly ascended paragon. They will act together, we will hunt down these powerhouses." The 4 powerhouses had made great strides on Origin Path. In this battle, perhaps all of them had hopes of advancing to the paragon. If the 4 of them joined forces, they would be stronger than the Li Zhu trio back then. They were invincible existences below the paragon. 8 to 10 rank 9s would not be able to do anything to them at all. Fan Ping thought for a while, nodded quickly, then turned around and instructed the Jiao to act together with the humans. Together with Old Man Li, he disappeared from the spot swiftly. He and Old Man Li would be assassins. Messing up the rank 9 company with dozens of people would be like how they dealt with Feng Nieshing and the rest back then at the king's battleground, killing them until they collapsed. As soon as he left, Zhang Weiyu and the rest quickly concealed their auras and hurried over there. With the 4 powerhouses joining forces, if Fan Ping and these 2 fellows really wanted the other party to split up, then as long as the number of people was less than 5, they could swiftly take down the other party, nibble away at the other party, and then eliminate them. He just did not know if there would be powerhouses on the catacombs divine generals ranking who would come here this time. The powerhouses on the divine generals ranking were extremely strong, they should not be underestimated. Zhang Weiyu even thought of the right god general. Back then, he had actually fought with the right god general, but at that time, he was not the right god general's opponent. He did not know if this trio would come this time. The three of them, Li, Hua, and Gu, were also humanity's biggest opponents back then. If the true king did not appear, these three people could look down on everyone. Among the humans below the Paragon, Zhang Tao, Li Jin, and Nan Yunyue could originally be their match. However, Zhang Tao was the first to advance, and Li Jin was about to advance. These three people were invincible, creating chaos many times. If Li Jin did not cripple them when he broke through, many of the current human rank 9 might have died in their hands. One of the trio is dead, and Li Zhu is not coming. Will the right god general come this time? I really want to see for myself. Zhang Weiyu was looking forward to it. Perhaps only by fighting with such a powerhouse could he advance to the Paragon. However, even if he did not come, this time was enough. Back then, Zhang Tao also fought more than 10 rank 9 powerhouses. In the end, he killed all the powerhouses and achieved the Paragon. This is the path of the Paragon. Back then, Zhang Tao said that he reached the Paragon after a nap. However, that was also built on the foundation of a great battle. In one battle, he killed more than 10 rank 9s with his strength alone. This was the true invincibility below the Paragon. In today's world, no one could do this. Not to mention that more than 10 of them were all Origin Dao. Even if they were weak rank 9s, Zhang Weiyu and the rest might not be able to fight against 10 weak rank 9s. 4 or 5 were still possible, but 10, not only did they defeat them, but they also had to kill all of them. This was not something he could do. In the next moment, Zhang Weiyu thought of Fang Ping. This kid was advancing fast now, similar to Zhang Tao's invincibility in the same rank. Could it be that he was another martial king? However, this was a good thing for humanity. Looking around, the three people beside him all looked determined. Zhang Weiyu sighed again. Perhaps this time, Zhang Tao wanted everyone to fight in this battle, with the intention of letting them take the opportunity to step into the Paragon. If they won this battle, with the invincibility, maybe everyone could really advance. For hundreds of years, humans had not fought such a big battle, and they had not killed so many rank 9s. /4_. Chapter 829. Imperial Sea Mountain. Beside Warlord, there was one more person. It was the Su family's patriarch. His hair and beard were all white and his sword chi towered into the sky. Old Su, you came pretty fast. Warlord chuckled. He had the best relationship with the Su family's patriarch, and their strength was similar. Now that the Su family's patriarch was here, he heaved a sigh of relief. There were already 5 true monarchs on the other side. If no one came to help, he would have to hide first. The Su family's patriarch nodded slightly and looked at the Green Wolf King's group. His expression was cold, and he said indifferently, "A few brats are jumping around. You gathered so many people. Do you really want to fight with us? Sword King, now that you're here, there's no one left in the 11 southern regions." It wasn't the Green Wolf King alone. The one who spoke wasn't the Green Wolf King but the Pine Monarch. King Pine's territory was the Tianan Catacombs in the 11 southern regions. The Tianan Catacombs used to be guarded by the Yang family's old ancestor. Now, the Su family's old ancestor was in charge of 2 regions. The Tianan Catacombs and the West Sea Catacombs of the 12 southern regions were under his control. Now that the Sword King was here, there were no humans guarding the 2 regions. The Su family's patriarch said indifferently, "Song Bin, a piece of trash like you dares to talk back to me? You can go now. So what if I give you the 2 regions? Let's see if you dare to go." Humph. The Pine Monarch's expression was cold and ugly. Warlord saw this and smiled. Old Su, why bother with these pieces of trash? Let King Qian, King Ming, and the others come. What's the use even if all of you trash come? Arrogant! The Green Wolf King said coldly. Warlord, you'll pay the price. Who do you think you are? Warlord said playfully. Don't look at how happy you are. In our eyes, you're just an idiot courting death. Don't worry, you'll know today that some people aren't people you can afford to offend. I'll wait for you to call people and see how many you can call. I want to see if Fate Monarch and the others will go to the king battlefield or come here. If they don't come, hee, you pieces of trash, just you wait. I'm just too lazy to kill you now. Just as the Green Wolf King was about to reply, a figure wearing a crown and a yellow robe appeared in the next instant. King Lord Ji! On the side, the true kings all called out. Although Ji Hong had just become a true monarch, he was the lord of the royal court. At the very least, he was nominally the leader of the Hall of True Monarchs. Furthermore, his father was a Fate monarch, and the Ji clan was the strongest faction in the royal court. Ji Hong nodded slightly. At that moment, Ji Yao also let out a sigh of relief. It seemed like his father had also received the news. 5 divine generals escorting him had now become a joke. If he wasn't a true king, he wouldn't have any sense of existence here. Not to mention her, even Ji Nan, an expert of the origin path, couldn't say anything. The moment Ji Hong arrived, he glanced below the high platform and sighed softly at the 30-odd divine generals gathered once more. This time, the Azure Wolf King gathered the surrounding divine generals. The 7 southern regions shared a border with Destiny Royal Court. More than 30 of the divine generals that had been sent here were from Destiny Royal Court. More than 30 people had gathered, and most of them were from Destiny Royal Court. This time, Destiny Royal Court had mobilized more than 50 divine generals. Azure Wolf King, isn't it inappropriate for you to send all the lords of the surrounding 17 royal cities here? Ji Hong glanced at the Azure Wolf King, a warm smile on his face. The city lords of the 17 surrounding royal cities were all brought here by him. 360 royal cities were the foundation of Destiny Royal Court. 360 royal city lords were also the foundation of Destiny Royal Court. These powerhouses had not only mobilized their direct divine generals, but they had also enlisted the royal city lords. This was overstepping their boundaries. At least, without the royal court's orders, these true monarchs had no right to mobilize the Castellan powerhouses. The Azure Wolf King said indifferently. Kill Fang Ping. The 4 halls of true monarchs have given the order. Fang Ping is currently in the 7 southern regions. Does the Lord think it's inappropriate to mobilize powerhouses to kill Fang Ping? Ji Hong chuckled. There's nothing inappropriate about it. However, the royal city lords aren't directly under the Hall of True Monarchs. Before this happened, shouldn't you have informed me? I forgot. Ji Hong laughed and lamented. The Azure Wolf King is as straightforward as ever. However, I still want to say something. In the war with the Land of Rebirth, Destiny Royal Court isn't the main attacker. Now that the Mystic Jade Monarch has fallen, the Royal Court should be recuperating. Also, the 100 Kings Conference is imminent. Now that we're fighting with the Land of Rebirth, has the Green Wolf King considered something? As Ji Hong spoke, he said indifferently. Also, if I remember correctly, the Green Wolf King has been a true monarch for more than 700 years. Before becoming a true monarch, you've been guarding the King Wars. The Azure Wolf King frowned. What do you mean, Lord? Ji Hong sighed. I don't want to guess or think about it. The Green Wolf King is the cornerstone of the royal court. When has the Ji family ever neglected the Wolf King? The 7 southern regions belong to the Wolf King, and the Wolf King is divided into 12 royal cities. Among all the true monarchs, the Wolf King's position is high, second only to a few true monarchs' powerhouses. The Green Wolf King frowned and said nothing. Beside him, King Pingshan glanced at the Green Wolf King with a strange expression. I guessed wrong. Previously, he thought that the Green Wolf King seemed to have gone crazy. He even thought that this fellow had reached an agreement with some people from the Sky Plant's royal court. But now, when Jihong said that this fellow had been guarding the King Wars 700 years ago, King Pingshan's heart was suddenly in turmoil. What did that mean? Was the second king already planning something? Could it be that the second king's men were in the true King Hall now? Dragging the kings of God continent into the vortex of war, using Fan Ping as an excuse to mobilize a large number of God generals to participate in the war. The God generals fell, and the King Wars broke out. As a result, God continent and the land of rebirth fell into a quagmire of war. At this moment, who benefited? God continent was not prepared to start a war with the land of rebirth's true monarchs, at least not now. This time, however, things were getting out of hand. Some of the true monarchs were agitated too, rushing over one after another. Some of the true monarchs who held grudges against Fan Ping were also rushing over. Where's the Bamboo King? King Pingshan suddenly thought of the Bamboo King. This fellow had been cooperating. Was it the Sky Plant's royal court's instruction, or did he have other plans? He was adding fuel to the fire. Both of them wanted a large-scale king wars to break out here. The Green Wolf King. Is he really the second king's man? King Pingshan suddenly felt a chill run down his spine. How many of such people were there? Those old monarchs from the Demon Emperor calendar were actually planning something too. Even though they were dead, they did not give up. Were they preparing to stage a comeback? Also, what kind of provocation did the land of rebirth receive this time? They were actually pouring in their military forces like crazy. Based on the past situation, the land of rebirth would have chosen to give up and return to the ground instead of continuing the war in the 7 southern regions. Moreover, there were true kings of the land of rebirth gathering here one after another. Both the War King and the Sword King had arrived. Rumor had it that the Martial King was outside the passageway and could arrive at any time. The 3 powerful true kings were all here. As he was thinking, in the next moment, another sword aura soared into the sky. Greetings, elder ancestors! In the blink of an eye, a powerhouse in a military uniform with a shaved head flew over. His military boots were shiny, and his expression was extremely cold. The Netherworld King had arrived. On the True King combat ranking given by Zhang Tao, the War King, the Netherworld King, and the Sword King were all in the top 30. They were all peak-level powerhouses who had gone a long way in the Origin Dao. However, it seemed like there were not enough true kings gathered here. King Pingshan was a weak peak-level powerhouse. Just as he was thinking about it, more people arrived. Greetings, Maple King! Greetings, King Hua! King Hua is here too, King 100 Mountain is here too! King Pingshan had already sensed the coming of a shocking conspiracy. What were these people trying to do? The Maple King and the 100 Mountain King had arrived. These people were also extremely powerful true king powerhouses. Putting aside the Maple King, who was suspected to have taken the second path, the 100 Mountain King was also a peak-level true king. One of the paths he took was more than 5,000 meters, maybe more. On the peak-level combat ranking, the Maple King ranked 17th, the 100 Mountain King ranked 18th, and Li Jinsai only ranked 21st. As for Heavenly Plant's Royal Court's King Hua, he ranked 26th as well. These people were the strongest true monarchs under the Palace Master of the True Monarch Palace. No one dared to rank the true king powerhouses. King Pingshan also did not know about the peak-level combat ranking that old Zhang had created. However, he could more or less sense the strength of a true king. These people were not people he could compare to. In just a short while, a large number of peak-level true king powerhouses had gathered on both sides. Apart from the Masters of the Grotto Heavens, there were 7 people in the top 30, including Zhang Tao. King Pingshan glanced at King Huai, who had just arrived. This idiot was here too? Was this guy here to die? King Huai had become a true king for a shorter time than him, and he had been jumping around. This time, if a battle between the true kings really broke out, this guy was probably the weakest. The probability of him being killed on the spot was very high. As for Jihong, his father was still alive. Even if the martial artists of the Land of Rebirth wanted to kill, they would not kill Jihong first. Whether Jihong participated in the battle or not was a problem. At this moment, there were already 10 true king powerhouses in the catacombs gathered here. There were only 3 people on the opposite side. Including Zhang Tao, there were only 4 people. However, everyone looked solemn. They had no intention of starting a battle now. 10 people against 4 people. Among them, there were powerful true kings like King Maple and King 100 Mountains. However, these people were not confident that they could take down these 4 powerhouses. King Maple could not be bothered to say anything to Warlord and the rest. As soon as he arrived, he quickly sensed around and frowned slightly. He did not see Fang Ping. Could that B***** be hiding his aura again? This little B** star had provoked him time and time again, causing him to embarrass himself and even spoiling his plans. This time, he really wanted to kill Fang Ping. Unlike the others who had other motives, he was not quite the same. Among the crowd, many people had their own motives, but he really wasn't. Among the people, he was the one who wanted to kill Fang Ping the most. What are you guys still doing? Go to the 7 southern territories quickly, gather everyone, and kill Fang Ping. Bring Fang Ping's head to see me, and you will be rewarded handsomely. King Maple said to the rank 9s below the high platform, and said, That little B** star's hiding ability is extraordinary. Be careful of his sneak attack. Gather everyone and crush all the revived martial artists in the 7 southern regions. Kill them all. Let's see if he will show himself. As he spoke, King Maple frowned. Damn it, why is there my aura overflowing? He had felt the mentality turbulence earlier, and he knew that his clones had been used, but what he sensed now was that his clones did not seem to have any achievements. He could sense if he had killed someone or not. Not long had passed, his clone's aura had not completely overflowed. Damn it! King Maple cursed in his heart suddenly. Useless, using his clones, and actually failing to kill any of the resurrected martial artists. What a disgrace! As he spoke, Green Wolf King suddenly transmitted his voice. King Maple, Fang Ping is hard to kill. The Land of Resurrection is still recruiting God General martial artists into the territory. They may not be able to kill Fang Ping. Since King Maple is here, with King Maple's strength, why don't we attack the 7 southern territories forcefully? Destroy a territory, no matter how Fang Ping hides, he will definitely die. King Maple's expression changed slightly. Attack forcefully? There were many true kings on the other side, all powerhouses. Attack forcefully now? Green Wolf King lamented. We can't give the Land of Resurrection any more time. The Land of Resurrection has been accumulating for 100 years, and more powerhouses are about to become true kings. If we let this go on, Divine Land will be in danger. King Maple also transmitted his voice. Even so, this is extremely difficult. Although there are 10 true kings here, including you and me, how many of them are willing to fight with the Netherworld King and the rest? Unless Green Wolf King has the confidence to convince Life King to join forces with us and attack the 7 southern territories together. That's not true. King Maple is powerful. In my opinion, King Maple can defeat War King. As for the others, as long as a few true kings join forces, it will be enough. We are not here to kill these true king powerhouses, but to enter the territory and kill Fang Ping and the rest. These true kings discussed animatedly. At the same time, on Ji Yao's side, Ji Hong shielded the surroundings and said, The 7 southern territories matter has gone out of control. Yao, leave as soon as possible. Father has to stay here and wait for the follow-up. Ji Yao hurriedly said, Father, Green Wolf King, Green Wolf King. Ji Hong's expression changed slightly. He's either related to Li Zhu or King Qian, or he's on the second king's side. This person has always kept a low profile. Father and your king ancestor didn't pay much attention to him. Only today did we notice something unusual. This person's purpose is unknown, but I'm afraid he wants to start a war between kings. Ji Yao gritted her teeth and suddenly said, Father, why don't we let King Ancestor? Ji Hong's expression froze. His daughter. How dare she? She actually wanted to let the Life King fight the true king powerhouses. This was impossible in the past. However, in the next moment, Ji Yao suddenly said, No, that's not good. Father, why don't you instigate them to start a war too? Green Wolf King and 100 Mountain King have always been at odds with our Ji family. This time, just like the time when they schemed against Mystic Jade True King. We should take this opportunity to get rid of them. I'll see if I can contact the Land of Rebirth and kill these two true king powerhouses. The Land of Rebirth might be happy to kill these two true king powerhouses too. This is beneficial to them. There are many true kings here. Don't talk nonsense. Ji Hong suddenly felt a chill in his heart. His daughter was too bold. True monarchs were supreme existences. 100 Mountain King was the top true king of the royal court. It was unbelievable that his daughter wanted to kill these two powerhouses. Ji Yao, however, did not care about this. She lowered her head and continued, Father, it's not good to make a move. I don't have to worry. I can enter the 7th Southern Territory and contact Fan Ping. He definitely has a way to communicate with the true king of rebirth. Fan Ping attracted a few true kings to protect him in the land of king wars. Martial King, War King, and Hades King should be close to him. If I can convince Fan Ping, then this war between true kings can be fought. Father, the stronger they are, the more threatening they are. 100 Mountain King has always wanted to replace King Ancestor's position as the Hall Master. Green Wolf King also has bad intentions this time. Also, there are a few true kings who are at odds with our Ji family. Why don't we summon them all together and kill them all? This will solve the problem once and for all. Ji Hong felt a chill in his heart. Cold air rushed up. His naive daughter in the past had calmly said that she had killed a few true kings. They were true kings of Destiny Royal Court. This was unbelievable. Ji Yao saw that her father did not speak and continued. Also, Destiny Royal Court looks stronger than Sky Plant's Royal Court. They only have 49 true kings, while Destiny Royal Court originally had 54 true kings. Father became a true king and Mystic Jade True King died, so they still had 54. We have 5 more than them. This makes Sky Plant's Royal Court very wary. This time, 100 Mountain King and a few others died. Many true kings of Destiny Royal Court died one after another. This can also numb Sky Plant's Royal Court and make them think that we are nothing. Also, this way, we can also reach a tacit understanding with the true kings of the Land of Rebirth. They will no longer pay attention to us and continue to focus on Sky Plant's Royal Court. Ji Yao spoke for a while before finally saying, Also, King Ancestor Yao thinks that King Ancestor doesn't need to be so anxious. King Ancestor doesn't know how strong the two true kings are now. Yao thinks that it's better to wait and see. Yao. Ji Hong's expression was complicated. Was this really his daughter? Had she been replaced? Why did she feel so unfamiliar? Ji Yao lifted her head. Her expression was also complicated. She said, I want to become a king lord. I want to become a true king too. Before King Father came, Green Wolf King scolded me at every turn. His murderous intent was boiling. He even wanted to kill me. King Father sent God generals. Green Wolf King sent God generals into the realm without asking me. I didn't dare to question him. King Father, if they were alive, would they allow me to become a king lord? The Ji family has 3 true kings. Who could agree to that? We must first stabilize the internal situation to fend off external enemies. If the internal situation is unstable, when the war comes in the future, how will we lead the kings of the royal court? Ji Yao took a deep breath. Her tone was solemn. So this is an opportunity. Everyone wants a war between true kings. Yao thinks that the Land of Rebirth seems to want it too. If that's the case, there will definitely be a war. Then let the situation be more favorable to the Ji family and not the other true kings. My daughter and Fang Ping are working together. This is the most important bond. To show my sincerity, maybe I can help the land of rebirth win the war between god generals. Ji Hong's expression was solemn. Ji Yao gritted her teeth. After a while, she said, King Father, please send another 5 God Realm powerhouses to escort me into the 7th Southern Territory with Uncle Ji Nan. I will contact the previous 4 commanders and help the land of rebirth kill the powerhouses. It's too obvious. Ji Hong sighed. Ji Yao didn't say a word. It was not obvious. His daughter had always been a failure. This time was no exception. Moreover, in the end, the Ji family's 10 god generals were completely annihilated. Who dared to say that the Ji family did it on purpose? Including Uncle Ji Nan. His daughter was captured. The Ji family secretly exchanged a large amount of resources in exchange for his daughter's life. As long as it was not spread out and deliberately leaked to some true kings, who would dare to believe that the Ji family would plot against everyone at such a price? However, in this way, the Ji family also suffered an extremely heavy loss. It would be best to fight to the death and implicate 100 kings. Bamboo King's heart. Bamboo King was not stupid. Someone was secretly encouraging him, adding fuel to the fire. Let them fight. If they killed one, there would be one less. No matter who died, they would not need so many true kings. The more battles, the better. It would be best if 100 kings joined the battle and beat those old fellows from the land of boundaries, those old fellows from the catacombs Demon Emperor calendar era. The 2 kings hid in the land of kings. There were many powerhouses back then. Where are they now? Where are the demon powerhouses that Tian Yu Guardian mentioned? They are hiding too deeply, waiting for an opportunity. An opportunity, we can create it for them. But we can't let them do as they wish. It's better to force them out. Go inform King Huai. Let him be more stupid. It's best if he kills King Feng. If he can't, he can kill King Hua. In the basilica, a shadow said slowly, if that's the case, the land of rebirth will become stronger and stronger. What should we do? It will become a serious threat sooner or later. Li Zhu smiled faintly. Just weaken it. In the land of rebirth, China has the most powerhouses. Heavenly King Garrison and Martial King are both from China. If we don't kill them, killing the other true kings in China is meaningless. Now, everyone's focus is on Huan Nation. I'm afraid many have forgotten that there are other territories that have yet to erupt in war. Make some arrangements. Take advantage of the war. Perhaps you can kill a few true kings from the other holy lands of the land of rebirth. I'm afraid the powerhouses in Huan Nation won't be able to take care of them. Didn't Martial King want others to see his weakness? I'll fulfill his wish. Kill a few true kings to liven things up for him. This way, you can take the opportunity to elevate your status. You can use your injuries as an excuse to leave the upcoming battle between the 2 kings. The land of Huan Nation is the most dangerous. It's the same for the land of kings. Don't participate in these dangerous places easily. The shadow pondered and quickly said, then I'll make the arrangements. Which of the 5 holy lands is the best? Up to you. But it's best not to go to the Hall of Gods. There are 2 old monsters there too. Understood. The shadow said no more. The next moment, the shadow dissipated. In midair, a crystal ball shattered. Li Zhu waved casually, and the crystal ball vanished completely. A moment later, an old figure entered the basilica. He looked around, slightly suspicious. Why did Li Zhu often open the seal? Li Zhu did not care about this. He raised his wine glass and smiled. Heavenly Elm Guardian, have a drink. Thank you, Guardian, for all the troubles. The 7 Southern Territory, don't care, don't ask, don't care. Li Zhu said, chuckling. Naturally, someone will care. We'll just drink and have fun. We'll just sit back and watch the situation unfold. Fine, I won't care then. Chapter 830. Magic City Catacombs. The restricted area rank 9's gathering place. At this moment, the auras of powerhouses penetrated heaven and earth, extremely powerful. Just as these people converged with Monster Sunflower City Lord and the others, the void suddenly shook. The unknown is interesting. Stop looking! Rumble! The void shook. In the next moment, a true king screamed sharply. How dare you! It's no fun if you see the result! Ha! Warlord's laughter spread throughout the 7 southern territories. Then, all the true kings and paragons' mentalities vanished at the same time. In the 7 southern territories, the true kings and paragons became blind and deaf. The mentalities of the powerhouses on both sides vanished. Sensing this scene, someone in the crowd quickly snorted. Warlord must have an ulterior motive for doing this. Fan Ping can restrain his aura and even change it. Be careful of Fan Ping in case he sneaks into our midst. Yes, Warlord obliterated the immortal gods on both sides. I'm afraid he's trying to create an opportunity for Fan Ping. Everyone, don't be careless. These people were discussing. Soon someone sneered. Don't worry about Fan Ping. If we don't split up, what can he do? The resurrected god generals are in the west now. Let's crush them and kill them. I want to see if Fan Ping will show up or not. Kill everyone else and block the passageway entrance. We don't have to force him. He'll show up himself. That's right. At this moment, everyone reached a consensus. They were powerful and numerous. Why should they split up and give Fan Ping a chance? So what if Fan Ping hid? With more than 80 god generals here, would he dare to ambush them? Even if he came, he would be walking into a trap. In the next moment, more than 80 rank 9s went straight to the west. They gathered together and crushed the other party with their strength. No matter how many tricks the resurrected martial artists had, it was all for naught. After killing all the resurrected martial artists, what could Fan Ping, a venerable, do to them? At the same time, these people were halfway to the west. In a city, Fan Ping killed a rank 7 martial artist in an instant. Old Man Li's sword broke through the void and killed a rank 8 golden body in the blink of an eye. In an instant, the two of them turned into the auras of the two who were killed. Old Man Li felt that his heart was about to jump out. After a while, he asked, Did anyone notice? I'm fine. Carelessly, Fan Ping quickly changed into the clothes of the people he killed, collected their corpses, and said, Instructor, you better run faster later. If you're too slow, more than 80 people will attack at once. They'll beat you up in an instant. Cut the crap. You're the same. In any case, I have 9th grade combat boots, but you don't. Fan Ping chuckled, then straightened his clothes. His voice was slightly shrill as he said, Greetings, sirs. I am. Old Man Li rolled his eyes. Fan Ping muttered a few more sentences to himself. Satisfied, he said, It's about time. If the sirs pass by the city, we'll use the flight step to entertain them. It's not a big problem. Killing a rank 9 right in front of them. Just thinking about it is exciting. What if they don't go this way? A straight line. Do you think that when more than 80 rank 9s arrive, they'll take a detour? They must be heading straight for the west. These people are used to being arrogant. It's just a catacombs outer city. Moreover, even a rank 9 has died in battle. Why would they deliberately avoid this city? After saying that, Fan Ping lamented. It's a pity that they might not stop. If they really did stop, maybe they could blow up the giant mine and kill a few weak rank 9s. Although he said that, in the face of a great battle, these catacombs powerhouses would not go there unless they had lost their minds. Otherwise, only a fool would enter Royal City as a guest. Fan Ping did not waste any more words. He left the mansion with Old Man Li. This place was near the city lord's residence. However, the city lord was already dead. The guardian monster plant was also dead. Right now, everyone in the city was in a state of panic. Not many people paid attention to Fan Ping and the other two powerhouses who had gathered together. They did not dare to approach and communicate either. Fan Ping raised his head and looked toward the north. There, streams of aura pierced through the sky and earth, heading straight for them. After a while, Fan Ping and Old Man Li suddenly used the flight step. At this moment, Fan Ping was disguised as the rank 8 powerhouse who was killed by Old Man Li earlier. At this moment, he suddenly used the flight step, saying loudly, "Sirs, is there anything I can do to help?" In front of him, there were dozens of rank 9 powerhouses. Some of them ignored him. Some of them were talking among themselves. The Divine General under Bamboo King's command, on the other hand, flew forward a distance. The 7 Southern Territories Tianji clan was under Bamboo King's command. He should say something too. Hearing Fan Ping's question, the person said quickly, "Protect the city well. Be careful not to let thieves break in. As for other matters, you don't have to interfere." "Yes, sir," Fan Ping responded loudly, hurriedly dodging to the side. Beside him, Old Man Li also hurriedly dodged, giving way to the midair passageway. Everyone ignored him. They used the flight step directly. Seeing that most of the troops were about to leave, there were still a few people left at the back. Fan Ping glanced at Old Man Li. Both of them exchanged glances. Their gazes fell on the rank 9 at the back at the same time. Boom! At this moment, Fan Ping's mentality self-detonated abruptly. The weak rank 9 powerhouse at the back staggered at once. The moment Fan Ping's mentality self-detonated, Old Man Li's sword pierced through the air as well. Buzz! A huge space rift swept across the weak rank 9 powerhouse directly. Both of them did not even look at the result. They used the flight step to escape. Ah! Only now did the shrill scream ring out. "Damn it! It's Fan Ping and the others! Kill them!" Everyone was enraged. More than 80 god generals had gathered together. They did not expect Fan Ping to be so daring. He suddenly pretended to be a powerhouse from the city, took the initiative to contact them, and attack them the moment they passed by. This was simply unbelievable. Audacious was not enough to describe them. If more than 80 god generals stopped for even a moment and attacked together, even Zhang Weiyu would be blown up in an instant, let alone Fan Ping. But the other party did it. He had killed the Divine General expert right in front of them. In the blink of an eye, dozens of god generals made their moves. Divine weapons with divine weapons tore through the air. Those without divine weapons also burst forth with their mental energy. Some even tore through the air and chased after them. Behind them, someone shouted, "Don't chase! We can't split up." Once they split up, it would be easy for them to be defeated one by one. Someone shouted, "Don't chase after them. Stay alert and kill the other resurrected divine generals." Both Fan Ping and his companion fled extremely quickly. Once they chased after them, the formation would be in disarray. If things got messy, it would be troublesome. Don't chase after them. Don't act alone, in case Fan Ping sneaks into our midst. The god generals under Maple King's command roared. These idiots, why would they chase after them? If they could not kill Fan Ping, then they would not kill him now. If one of them chased after them and was killed, then who knew if it would be them or Fan Ping and the others when they came back? This was the true terror of Fan Ping. In the next moment, more than 10 god generals who had chased after them rushed back one after another. Everyone looked gloomy. More than 80 people had a god general killed in front of them. Even if they knew that Fan Ping was difficult to deal with, these people still looked gloomy and cold at this moment. The burly man under Green Wolf King's command said quickly, "Don't chase after Fan Ping. Let him do whatever he wants. We'll go kill the resurrected divine general. From now on, don't come into contact with any outsiders. Other than ourselves, we can't trust anyone else. When we pass by Royal City, take a detour to avoid being ambushed." As he spoke, 4 auras suddenly rushed toward them from afar. *eminent, arrogant. Everyone was furious. The resurrected divine generals had so few people, yet they dared to split up. These people were just about to attack when the four auras retreated in the blink of an eye, disappearing into the distance in an instant. Everyone looked at each other. Someone said angrily, "Are we just going to let them come and go like this?" Aggrieved. Too aggrieved. They had more than 80 god generals, yet they did not dare to chase after these people. They let them wander around nearby, waiting for them to attack at any time. This was simply unbearable. The burly man said in a low voice, "They want us to split up and chase after them. They want to create opportunities for the other god generals in the land of rebirth. Don't fall for it. Kill them all. So what if they're arrogant now? These people have gone far on the origin path. They're powerful, or like Fan Ping, they have special abilities. It's very difficult for us to chase after them. The only way is to surround the other resurrected divine generals and kill them. We don't have to care about these people. They'll show up on their own and stop running away." Zhang Weiyu and the others were too strong. Their speed was too fast. If they wanted to kill them, the only way was to surround them from all directions. However, surrounding them from all directions, that would mean splitting up. If they split up, it would be troublesome. If they did not split up and move together, how could they surround and kill them? Previously, during the battle between the resurrected martial artists and the 7 southern regions' powerhouses, they had already felt threatened. If it were any other time, they would have surrounded these people from all directions and killed them. It would not be like now, where they were all gathered together. The burly man under the green wolf king shouted again. "Everyone bear with it for a while. Let them be arrogant. There aren't many god generals among the resurrected martial artists. There are more than 20 god generals' powerhouses over there. Once they're surrounded and killed by us, how can these people not save them? That's right. Everyone don't fall for it. We can't split up now." After all, they were all god generals' powerhouses. They were not real fools. If they were defeated one by one at this time, that would be the real taboo. Even though everyone was furious, they did not say anything else. They quickly rushed toward the west. There were more than 20 powerhouses over there. With so many people, they could not avoid them. Split up? The resurrected martial artists dared to split up. Not everyone was like Fan Ping and Zhang Weiyu. Once they split up, 3 to 5 god generals could kill them. There were more than 80 god generals. Could they not kill more than 20? The difference was several times. In the distance, Zhang Weiyu sighed. "These guys, if they don't take the bait, it'll be very troublesome." More than 80 people gathered together. So what if they were strong? If 4 of them charged in together, that would be asking for death. If there were more than 10 of them, they would still dare to charge in and fight. But there were more than 80. Forget it. "If you don't believe me, I'll go and test it out for you now." As soon as he finished speaking, Fan Ping quickly turned around and sprinted for more than 10 li. His mentality erupted, and he roared. "King Maple is an idiot! King Huai is also an idiot! Green Wolf King is an animal! I'll crush his balls with one slap!" Fan Ping's roar shook the heavens. His voice traveled tens of li. He scolded them as harshly as he could, as humiliated them as he could. At this moment, the movement of the troops in front suddenly slowed down. Where the catacombs' powerhouses were, dozens of god generals looked at each other. Someone looked at the powerhouses under the command of King Maple, King Huai, and the others with a strange expression. What should they do? The true king was at Mount Imperial Sea. Although his mentality had been extinguished, and he could not hear them, there were so many people here. If they ignored this, they would be in big trouble. Damn it! The burly man suddenly cursed. This was an overt plot. Should they chase after him or not? If they did not kill him, that bastard would just follow behind and scold the true king loudly. To the true king, such humiliation was more unacceptable than the death of dozens of god generals. It was fine if they were not directly under the true king, but they were the god generals directly under the true king. If they did not do anything, what would the true king think? Damn bastard! The burly man was furious. This was telling them clearly that they had to come and kill him. That fellow was still scolding them now. The next moment, the burly man said angrily, "Send 15 people to surround and kill Fang Ping's longevity sword. Send 20 more people to surround and kill Snake King and the others. The rest of you go and eliminate those fellows." They had no choice but to split up. Otherwise, if this continued, the true king's name would be tarnished in the 7th Southern Territory. It was not like there were no living people in the 7th Southern Territory. How could the true king keep his face after such humiliation? In an instant, the team was divided into 3 teams. 15 people attacked Fang Ping and the others, 20 people attacked Zhang Weiyu and the others in the distance, and the remaining 50 people attacked Li Daong and the others. This time, Zhang Weiyu and Old Man Li were dumbfounded. They had fought against the catacombs for many years, but they had never been to the restricted area and had little contact with the catacombs' true king. They did not know clearly what the true king's position was in these people's eyes. Who would have thought that after Fang Ping scolded for a while, these people would still choose to split up despite knowing Fang Ping's purpose? While Zhang Weiyu did not know whether to laugh or cry, he had finally found a solution. It was so simple. However, he might not be able to use it better than Fang Ping. This kid knew too many catacombs' true kings' names. Zhang Weiyu might not even know as much as Fang Ping. This fellow's scolding was accurate. He knew which true kings he had offended, and which true kings might send people to kill him. After the scolding, the true king's subordinates attacked. "Look, aren't they here?" Fang Ping was smug. Splitting up was such a simple thing. Old Man Li said helplessly, "Don't be smug. 15 rank 9s, run!" The catacombs thought highly of them. They had sent 15 divine generals to kill the 2 of them. This was not an ordinary number. It was enough to kill the Origin Path's peerless powerhouses. Fang Ping did not waste any time. He started running immediately. As he ran, he sent a voice transmission. "Fine Big Cat. 15 isn't a lot. If they gather together, Big Cat can kill a lot of them with one tail slap. We can kill the rest." "I can't find it." Old Man Li shook his head. He had no idea where the cat was hiding. This fellow was the strongest powerhouse in the 7th Southern Territory. A peerless powerhouse who dared to attack while hiding in the sea was the only one. "You can check the ground. Look at the direction of the underground river. Run along the river. You should be able to find it. If we don't kill some of them, we can't go on like this. If this goes on, there will be too many of them. We won't be able to handle it." "All right." Both of them talked and did not delay their escape. Being able to split the army into 3 teams had already met Fang Ping's expectations. At the same time, Zhang Weiyu and the rest looked at each other. Very soon, Zhang Weiyu took a deep breath and said, "Everyone, are we running or fighting?" 20 people. Quite a lot, but all 4 of them were top-notch rank 9. It was dangerous, but not to the point of complete despair. Fight or run? It was already not easy to split the army into 20 people. There was not much hope if they were to count on them. Qin Yaozi said in a low voice, "What I mean is to fight. Of course, I'm old. I don't care about these things. This time, I'm also thinking of breaking through if I don't die in battle. Wu Chuan and Wu Quishan are still young. Both of you." Wu Chuan's expression was cold. "Both of you are looking down on me, Wu Chuan. We all know the reason why the minister has made such a big fuss this time around. This battle might be our biggest opportunity. After this time, when we enter the catacombs in the future, I'm afraid the situation will be even more dangerous. How can we have another big battle like this?" Wu Quishan chuckled too. "You can't survive if you're not crazy. If you don't fight until you're in a desperate situation, if you don't fight until you're crazy, I'm afraid it'll be difficult for the few of us to reach the top." Zhang Weiyu burst out laughing. "All right, let's fight." Having said that, Zhang Weiyu shouted, "Go, retreat 50 li, stay away from the others. Bring these people to open up a new battlefield. We won't retreat until we kill them all. Go! The 4 of them broke through the air, fleeing into the distance swiftly. Behind them, 20 rank 9 powerhouses had also caught up one after another. Not long after, Zhang Weiyu and the rest slowed down. At this moment, they had already arrived near Devil City. Turning his head to look behind, Zhang Weiyu said in a low voice again, "Everyone, let's fight to the death. We have a huge advantage. Back then, we dared to fight. This time, Fan Ping has given us a large amount of imperishable substance, so we dare to fight even more. Cut the crap. Let's fight." The 4 of them did not waste any more words. In the next moment, they stopped in their tracks at the same time. The divine weapons in their hands unleashed their auras. Without another word, they charged back at the other party's camp rapidly. "You're courting death." The powerhouses who were chasing from behind were still a little dazed. 20 rank 9 powerhouses, 7 or 8 of them were from Origin Dao. In order to deal with them, they had really brought out a powerful lineup. Yet these people still dared to fight back? Right now, the 4 people on the opposite side were silent. Both parties were about 500 meters apart. The catacombs powerhouses attacked one after another. Yet, the 4 people unleashed their auras. They did not stop them, but continued charging straight at the camp. Arrogant. The catacombs powerhouses were furious. This meant that they wanted to fight to the death in close combat. These people did not care about being surrounded at all. When powerhouses fought across space, it still meant that they had the leeway and the thought of escaping. However, fighting to the death in close combat meant that they would not stop until one of them died. That's good too. If we surround them, the others will probably sense it. They will stop chasing after those fellows and join forces to annihilate them. The leading Origin Dao powerhouse sneered inwardly. Do they really think we're idiots? Once these 4 people were surrounded, the other powerhouses would give up on chasing after them. Fan Ping sighed aside. The group of people who were chasing after Li Daong and the rest would arrive very soon. When that time came, no matter how strong the 4 of them were, they would definitely die. Zhang Weiyu and the rest did not care about what he thought. Did they really think that human powerhouses were dead? If a great battle broke out here, the others would help them delay the reinforcements. Rumble! An earth-shattering roar sounded instantly. The ground disappeared without a trace in the blink of an eye. Countless trees collapsed, and gravel turned into dust in the blink of an eye. Kill! With the 4 of them working together, they had a tacit understanding long ago. They attacked a weak rank 9 powerhouse at the same time. When they barged into the camp, big moves were unleashed instantly. All of them had the ability to break through space. In the blink of an eye, 4 gigantic space rifts converged into one, slicing a weak rank 9 into countless pieces in an instant. Half of his body disappeared. Ah! A blood-curdling scream rang out instantly. The great battle had just broken out. The 4 of them had joined forces to kill a rank 9. However, among the 4 of them, Wu Quishan's head was also bombarded by someone. Fresh blood spilled from his mouth. Even so, he did not care at all. Golden light flickered on his body. In the blink of an eye, he recovered to his peak. Roaring continuously, the giant snake materialized, fighting with all its might. Rumble! The remaining 23 powerhouses were currently gathered within a radius of less than 100 meters. They were fighting in close combat, bathed in blood. Every punch landed on flesh. Every move was fatal. Fan Ping did not see this scene. If he did, he would be shocked too. At this moment, these 4 supreme powerhouses did not use any combat techniques or ultimate moves at all. They were all basic cultivation techniques. Basic combat techniques were all true close-quarters combat techniques. When low-ranked martial artists were still unable to release their vitality, everyone used basic combat techniques to fight in close-quarters combat. In the blink of an eye, golden blood splattered. Some belonged to the enemy, and some belonged to themselves. The four of them burst into wild laughter. They had never fought to their heart's content like this in their lives. Qin Yaozu, the oldest among them, had his hair and beard standing on end. I've lived for 300 years, yet I've never had a battle like this. It's also a regret in my life. Today, I can finally make up for it. Chapter 831. In the direction of the Demon's City, 23 rank 9 powerhouses fought until the sky darkened and the earth changed color. Spatial cracks, which were rarely seen on normal days, were everywhere today. In the west, near the 10,000 Ants Desert, Kong Lingyuan's expression was solemn. After Fan Ping and the rest left, Zhang Weiyu and the rest, he was the strongest here. Looking around, looking at everyone, Kong Lingyuan suddenly laughed. Everyone, are you afraid of death? Cut the crap. What do you want to do? Guardian Zhang and the rest have already started fighting. Those guys are actually turning to help. They're not coming, Kong Lingyuan said loudly. Why do Guardian Zhang and the rest dare to fight? Because they trust us. We're here. Although we don't have many people, we're here. That's their confidence. I'm going to stop the pursuers. Everyone, who wants to go? Nonsense. Let's go. Tian Mu, who was not strong, had an extremely bad temper. Without another word, he broke through the air and rushed forward. Kong Lingyuan was a chatterbox. Why did he have so much nonsense to say? Of course he had to stop them. This battle was a test of courage. It was a test of survival in the face of death. At this moment, the remaining 18 human powerhouses, including Jingtao who had just recovered his physical body, did not say a word. They leaped into the air and took the initiative to meet the enemy. Humans had struggled to survive for hundreds of years. This was what they relied on. As long as people did not die, the battle would not stop. 18 people leaped into the air. Even the phoenix was left behind, thrown to the Jiao and the rest to watch. At this moment, no one asked the demons to help. Once the battle started, who knew if the demons were good or bad? They could not be trusted. Since that was the case, 18 people might as well go alone. 18 powerhouses were extremely fast, heading straight for the Demon's City. The Jiao stayed where it was, a little lost for a moment. As a demon, at this moment, it could not understand these people's choice. Even if the catacombs were divided into 3 places, there were still close to 50 powerhouses in the last place. 50 to 18. There was also a half-crippled Jingtao. More than half of the top powerhouses had left. Although the remaining people were not weak, they were not strong enough to fight 1 against 3. Were these people not afraid of death? Are they not afraid of death? The Jiao still asked this question. At this stage of the battle, in the Jiao's opinion, it was time to hide. The resurrected martial artists could retreat to their own world. Why did they continue fighting? If these people really wanted to leave, they might be able to. No, he must have left. Before the humans split up, they had the chance to leave. The Jiao did not understand. He did not understand either. At this moment, it needed to consider whether it should help or not. He struggled desperately. I have a rank 9 divine weapon. I can fight. After saying that, Lu Pola held the divine weapon longsword and was about to enter. Beside him, Qin Yaoting laughed. Old Lu, you can't do it alone. Let the 2 of us do it together. Us too. Su Guqing and the rest of the elders also spoke up, saying loudly, We have rank 8 combat strength. With divine weapons in hand, we can also fight a rank 9 together. How can NCMU powerhouses avoid the Battle of Magic City? Sino Nation is fighting with all its might. We are not willing to wait for the results of the battle. The few elders were in high spirits. We are powerhouses too. We can fight too. Let's go together. Together! In the crowd, more and more rank 8 powerhouses stood up, saying loudly, We have a golden body. We won't die so easily. Minister, the High Grand Masters have all rushed to the catacombs. I'm afraid the situation is not good. Let us go in. Minister! Voices full of anticipation came one after another. Zhang Tao looked around and suddenly laughed. All right, then you guys be careful. Don't split up. Remember, don't die. It's not worth it. Today, I'm ready to break all the rules. At the crucial moment, I will destroy all rank 9s. It's not worth it for you to die now. They are not in danger. If the danger is too great, I will enter the catacombs and kill those fellows. As soon as he said that, everyone looked excited. Then fight. The next moment, more than 20 rank 8 powerhouses stepped into the passageway. Zhang Tao looked at the rank 7 martial artists, and a large number of middle-ranked martial artists behind him, smiling. Don't worry. There will be opportunities for you to join the battle. Of course, the premise is that the rules are still there. If the rules are still there, then you guys will enter later and destroy Magic City's 12 cities. In this battle, Magic City's catacombs will be leveled. Destroy the catacombs in one battle. Truly destroy the 7th Southern Territory. Victory! Loud roars resounded through the sky. More than 10,000 martial artists roared at the top of their lungs. This battle must be won. Magic City's catacombs must be leveled. More and more rank 9 powerhouses joined the battle. A large number of rank 8 powerhouses also began rushing to the catacombs to join the battle. Sino Nation would definitely win this battle and destroy the 7th Southern Territory in one battle. In Magic City, vitality soared to the sky, dispersing the dark clouds in the sky. Last night, it rained, and the dark clouds did not disperse. Today, everyone was united. The powerhouses did not care. These middle-ranked and low-ranked martial artists unleashed their vitality, soaring to the sky, restoring clarity to the world. In the catacombs, the number of Sino Nation rank 9 powerhouses with combat strength had reached 29. There were also dozens of rank 8. This was almost Sino Nation's limit. Zhang Tao pondered for a moment. Suddenly, he transmitted his voice to everyone. Inform the rank 9s guarding the catacombs. At the crucial moment, give up the guarding mission and come to Magic City to gather. If it was a gamble, then let's make it bigger. He wanted to see how far the battle would go in the end. After the voice transmission ended, Zhang Tao picked up his phone and quickly made a call. This time, he was no longer transmitting his voice everywhere. Instead, he said in a weak voice, "Get ready to evacuate. Other than food, don't bring anything else. Ask the 4 houses of guardians and the governorships of all provinces to get ready. At the crucial moment, I will ask Nen Yunwe to cooperate with your evacuation. Have you thought it through?" A worried voice came from the other side of the phone. It was also full of reluctance. Zhang Tao said softly, "I've thought it through. We can't go on like this. The catacombs are always targeting us. There are too many catacombs passageways in Sino Nation. We can't suppress them anymore. North, South, East, and West territories. The other 3 territories have very few wars. Sino Nation is full of talents, and has always been a thorn in the catacombs' side. If this goes on and they reach a consensus, powerhouses from the other 3 territories will gather in the Southern Territory. The Southern Territory won't be able to hold on. Since they're unwilling to contribute, then I won't hold back. I'll abandon Sino Nation and defend the 7 Southern Territories. As long as we defend the 4 directions, the pressure will be greatly reduced. But now, everything is not ready. If we evacuate in such a hurry, more than 1 billion people, Minister Zhang, I'm afraid that Sino Nation will suffer countless casualties." Zhang Tao sighed softly. "Now that things have come to this, we have no other choice. This is the only way to survive in the face of death. Sino Nation can't be like this anymore. They keep bearing the pressure of the main attack. The pressure is so great that it's about to crush everyone." "All right, I understand. I'll make arrangements. I hope that the Southern Governor can arrive in time to help all parties evacuate smoothly. Don't worry. Even if the catacombs have the upper hand, they might not attack Earth at this time. This is just a last resort. We'll attract more powerhouses from the 7 southern territories here. If other true kings enter, these true kings in the 7 southern territories won't agree. I hope so. After the two communicated for a while, Zhang Tao hung up. The old man on the other side was the leader of Sino Nation's central government. Although the other party was not strong, he still had to make things clear to the other party. If they really wanted to carry out a mass evacuation, it was not something that could be done just like that. More than 1 billion people were not that simple. No matter how strong a paragon was, he could be considered invincible if he could take down 1 million people at once. Evacuation. At this stage, they might lose more than half of the population. Moreover, survival in the catacombs would be a big problem. Fortunately, the government's years of preparation were not without precautions. I hope it won't come to this, Zhang Tao muttered in his heart. If it really came to that, Sino Nation that had been guarded for so many years would really fall. Kill! Kagu! In the 7 southern territories, the sound of fighting shook the heavens. Li Daong and the rest began to encounter the other party. More than 70 rank 9s broke out in an instant. 18 human powerhouses, 5 rank 9s, and nearly 100 rank 7s and 8s were engaged in a chaotic battle in the blink of an eye. Rumble! The sound of an explosion rang out. A rank 7 monster that participated in the battle exploded instantly. The Sly roared. Fight! Kill! If you don't die in this battle, I will help you become venerables, achieve the king realm. Kill! The Sly was also desperate to throw out benefits. Whether it could be done or not, he would say it first. When the time came, he would just look for Chef. This time, the demons in the bounded zone had really contributed a lot. Would Chef have the cheek not to give them benefits? 23 rank 9s, together with hundreds of demons, were also evenly matched with the other party. At this time, from the direction of Hope City, 5 rank 9s were also coming swiftly. Behind them, more than 20 rank 8s were also rushing over. Kong Lingyuan sensed these people's aura and was overjoyed. He shouted, Reinforcements are here! Lin Long and the rest are here! Today, we will destroy these beasts! As soon as he finished speaking, the divine weapon folding fan in Kong Lingyuan's hand suddenly enlarged countless times, covering heaven and earth. The folding fan directly enveloped more than 12 rank 9 powerhouses. Kong Lingyuan spat out golden blood, shouting continuously. Trap! Seal! Destroy! Kong Lingyuan spat out word by word. On the folding fan, brilliant golden light erupted. Li Daong laughed. Old Kong, you're really something. You're already 100 years old. When did you secretly become Minister Gang's disciple? You talk too much. Kong Lingyuan's face was pale. He laughed loudly. In the void, a crystal book suddenly appeared, instantly merging into the folding fan. The folding fan was like a cover, covering those rank 9 powerhouses who were still attacking wildly. There were a total of 12 of them. Piercing the air! At this time, Li Daong also roared angrily. The piercing swordsmanship was unleashed. He was Li Jin's student, at least half a student. Peerless powerhouses' ultimate techniques were usually not passed down even to their descendants. The Catacombs' true king's ultimate technique was something that only a few descendants could learn. However, powerhouses like Li Jin would pass down their ultimate techniques as long as they were suitable for others. Old Man Li and Li Daong had both learned Li Jin's piercing swordsmanship. At this moment, Li Daong slashed with his sword. Cracks appeared in the void, covering the rank 9s like a spider web. The rank 9 divine weapon in his hands actually let out a creaking sound, showing signs of breaking. Kong Lingyuan's ultimate technique had the shadow of Zhang Tao's ultimate technique. Li Daong directly used Li Jin's ultimate technique. Both peerless powerhouses of mankind had passed down their ultimate techniques. At this moment, even the Catacombs' powerhouses who were their enemies were green with envy. In the Catacombs, even their children, even if they had reached the origin realm, the true king's ancestors might not necessarily pass down their ultimate techniques, let alone outsiders. But now, at this moment, many catacombs powerhouses had an indescribable feeling in their hearts. Actually, many of them had been on the path of origin for a long time. Some of them were not worse than Kong Lingyuan, but their combat strength was far from his. Why? They lacked something to increase their combat strength. Kong Lingyuan enveloped the 12 rank 9 powerhouses. His folding fan was also hit until it cracked. On his golden body, cracks erupted one after another, showing signs of exploding. Seeing that the others were about to step forward to help, Kong Lingyuan roared, "Take this opportunity to kill the enemy. 30 seconds. He could trap them for 30 seconds, even if his origin path would be damaged again afterward. Back then, when he cultivated for many years, his origin path was heavily injured because of a scene like this. However, back then, his opponents were only 4 rank 9s, and he was almost killed. Now, his injuries had just healed and he had just returned. This scene happened again. Maybe after this time, he would no longer have the chance to advance to the top, but that was nothing. If he won this battle, the rank 9s who participated in the battle today might all be able to reach his level. Everyone would be Kong Lingyuan. Winning this battle at the cost of his origin path dissipating was worth it. Crack! In the void, the folding fan began to crumble. The explosion of 12 rank 9 powerhouses was not something Kong Lingyuan could defend against. However, he alone entangled 12 of them. Even if it was only for a moment, this was also a scene worthy of being written about in the history of rank 9. They were all rank 9s. This was invincibility. Other than Qin Yaozu, were Zhang Weiyu and the others more senior than Kong Lingyuan? That old thing Zhao Xingwu took advantage of his seniority. His ranking was even lower than Kong Lingyuan's, yet he dared to brag that killing him would be easy. If it were not for the minister telling him not to risk his life, he would not have smacked that old thing to death. Kong Lingyuan risked his life to entangle 12 rank 9 powerhouses. It was shocking. Li Daong and the others all erupted crazily. Destructive power surged out. Blood splattered in the sky. Golden blood poured down like raindrops. The battle was getting more and more intense. From time to time, the sound of demons exploding could be heard. There were also catacombs rank 9 powerhouses who fell. On the human side, the weak ones like Minister Wang, the divine weapon that he had just obtained exploded with a bang. His golden body was also crippled, unable to fight anymore. He fell to the ground, his eyes full of unwillingness. The sound of killing resounded throughout the 7 southern territories. At this moment, below, in the underground black hole, the original land had already disappeared. The cat's big head popped out a little, looking at the battle in the sky. "That guy is going to die." The cat glanced at Kong Lingyuan and muttered. This guy was very powerful. At least among the pseudo-gods, he was considered one of the top ones. He was not afraid of death, and his combat strength was unparalleled. But he was really going to die. That folding fan was the representation of his Tao of origin. The moment the folding fan completely collapsed, his Tao of origin would also be completely destroyed. If he was lucky, he would become a cripple. If he was unlucky, he would die immediately. Doggy's descendant, how shameless! The cat suddenly looked at the Jiao. This guy was fishing in troubled waters. He had been fighting a weak rank 9 for a long time. One man and one demon were fighting passionately, but in reality, the danger was extremely low. The cat was a little speechless. This guy was really embarrassing. Its ancestor was very powerful and incomparably brave. He killed gods and Buddhas when he met gods and Buddhas. But this guy, why was he so afraid of death? He looked at Kong Lingyuan again. Seeing that his folding fan was about to collapse completely, the cat tilted its head and thought for a while. Suddenly it spoke telepathically. "You there, come down a little. Come down a little. This cat can help you kill a few. Remember to give this cat some cat food." Kong Lingyuan, who was spewing blood nonstop, was almost scared to death. The battle was going well. Suddenly, someone directly broke through his mentality defense and spoke into his brain. How scary! However, in the next moment, joy exploded in Kong Lingyuan's eyes. He let out a crazy roar. His flesh cracked, and both his legs exploded directly. Still, he forcefully dragged the 12 rank 9s down a little. The cat tilted its head and looked for a while. Then it said, "Come down a little. It's too high. Why do you guys fly so high when you fight? Really, I can't reach it. Your tail is too big. It's not good if people see it." Kong Lingyuan almost vomited blood. Go down again? I'm going to die. If I go down a little more, I'm going to collapse. The cat was a little impatient. It said again, "Otherwise, this cat will leave." In the next second, the cat suddenly said, "That's not right. I can use the origin space. Forget it. I'll go that high." When the words came out, Kong Lingyuan did not react. In an instant, the rank 9s he covered suddenly had a dull look in their eyes. It was as if their mentality was sucked out in an instant. In the blink of an eye, these people fell down one after another. Kong Lingyuan was stunned for a moment. Then, 12 people lost their signs of life at the same time. On the ground, the cat seemed to be looking at something. Sharp claws popped out of its huge cat paws and poked at the void. With a poke, a rank 9 powerhouse on the ground exploded with a bang. With a poke, a rank 9 exploded. After poking for a while, the cat suddenly raised its head and glanced at Kong Lingyuan, who was also falling. Its big face was a little conflicted. The origin path had collapsed. That was so fast. It had just praised him that he was very strong. Why did he only last for a while? Should I save him or not? That strong guy didn't say he wanted to save him. He only said he wanted to help kill some people. The cat was conflicted for a while. It felt like it was at a disadvantage. Forget it. I'll save him, but I can't do anything about the origin path. The cat hesitated for a moment. It did not go up. Instead, it waited for Kong Lingyuan to fall down. Then, it curled up Kong Lingyuan with its tail and patted him for a while with its paws. After a while, Kong Lingyuan's eyes were tightly shut. His aura that was about to dissipate earlier had stabilized. That's it. I think I'm at a disadvantage this time. The cat did not care about him anymore. With a sweep of its tail, it tossed Kong Lingyuan somewhere. Up in the sky, everyone was stunned. The 12 god generals and Kong Lingyuan's aura dissipated together. How was that possible? How could Kong Lingyuan have the ability to kill 12 rank 9s? Everyone saw that he had entangled 12 people earlier, but they were not anxious at all. That guy was just struggling on his deathbed. A moment's effort was enough to blow him up. 12 rank 9s were extremely powerful. Kong Lingyuan had exhausted everything. He said he could entangle them for 30 seconds. If he could entangle them for 10 seconds, he would be considered capable. In the end, they were all gone. All of them were gone. Including Kong Lingyuan himself, these 13 people fell together. In the blink of an eye, they were gone. Not a single one was left. What happened? How could this be? These people were extremely stunned. The cat suddenly felt that it was a little too obvious that it had destroyed those people. Killing so many people at once. Isn't it too much? The true king's mentality had been destroyed. There were no true kings in the 7 southern territory watching the battle. Otherwise, even if they could not sense its aura, the death of so many people at once would attract the true king's attention. Maybe it's too much. I don't want to fight a true god. The cat did not say another word. It turned around and left. Before it left, there was a sudden deafening explosion in the underground pit earlier. The surrounding area was blasted into a giant pit with a radius of tens of thousands of meters. 13 fake gods self-destructing at once. That was about the power. The cat, who had already run far away, felt that it could not be bothered anymore. All 13 people self-destructed. It had nothing to do with it. I didn't do it. They self-destructed while fighting. Yes, that's it. The true God doesn't know that I did it. He won't find out. Yes, it has nothing to do with me. The cat shrugged off all responsibility. It was not me. Don't try to frame me. Old Kong! At this moment, Li Daong and the rest were also extremely stunned. Kong Lingyuan's aura was gone. He died in battle? The key was that Kong Lingyuan actually had the ability to kill 12 rank 9s. How was it possible? Even Zhang Tao could not do this in the past. When Zhang Tao really reached this step, that was when he was one step away from the paragon. It could be said that he had stepped out of the Great Path by 999 meters. Not only that, Zhang Tao had advanced to rank 9 from peak golden body 7th refinement. Before entering the paragon, he had even honed his golden body to the 8th refinement. His foundation was incomparably solid. His great path was broad, and he was one step away from the paragon. He was much stronger than the current Kong Lingyuan. Zhang Tao could do it, but Kong Lingyuan could not. However, why did he disappear together with 12 rank 9s? Although everyone was fighting in the same area, it was chaotic when the battle started. At that moment, not many people had the mind to observe other places. In the blink of an eye, a big explosion happened. Everyone was finished. The power was comparable to 13 rank 9s self-destructing. It was also shocking. In the sky, many people were sent flying backward by the impact. Some weaker rank 9s were almost killed by the aftermath. Some rank 7 monsters were even blown to death directly this time. At this moment, Li Daong could not care less about Kong Lingyuan. 12 rank 9s were killed in an instant. Humans' chance was here. Right now, there were only about 30 rank 9s on the catacombs side. They, including the Jiao's side, originally had 23 rank 9s. Now there were 22 left. Although a few had lost their combat strength, there were still 17 or 18 who could fight. In the distance, Linlong and the other 4 had arrived. It was worth it to sacrifice Kong Lingyuan alone in exchange for the lives of 12 rank 9s. Kill! Kill them all! Avenge old Kong! Li Daong roared. The void-piercing swordplay was unleashed. The rank 9 divine weapon exploded immediately. The fragments shattered the space, shooting in all directions. In the blink of an eye, a few weaker rank 9s were pierced by the fragments. Shrill screams were heard. Although they were not dead, they were heavily injured. Rumble! The sound of explosions echoed everywhere. One by one, the rank 9 powerhouses fell. Everyone did not care if the people who fell were dead or alive. They did not have combat strength now. Following Linlong's loud roar, he led 4 rank 9s to join the battle. The situation was instantly stabilized. Meanwhile, Mount Imperial Sea. At this moment, a total of 40 rank 9s entered the border again. Among them, Ji Yao was among them. Beside Ji Yao, Ji Nan led another 5 powerhouses, surrounding Ji Yao in the middle. With a solemn expression, he said, "Yao, this time you." Ji Yao chuckled. "There are so many of us in the 7 southern territories. Yao, come in and see if you can take the opportunity to kill Fang Ping. He has become Yao's nightmare. If I don't kill him, I won't be able to eat or sleep in peace." Other than the 7 of them, the remaining 30 or so rank 9s were all reinforcements. These people were already ready to enter. In the end, Ji Yao said that she wanted to enter too. Many of these people were from Destiny Royal Court. They could only wait and drag it out until now to enter. Regarding the situation in the 7 southern territories, now that the true king's eyes and ears were cut off, they did not know anything. As soon as they entered the 7 southern territories, everyone noticed something unusual. In the south, 2 streaks of blood-red light rose to the sky. That was caused by the battle between powerhouses. Even the void seemed to be broken, and blood-red light pierced the sky. Everyone's expression was solemn. Had the battle come to this stage? Including the 7 Southern Territories' local divine generals, there were as many as 100 divine generals who came to help previously. Until now, they still had not taken down the other party? It seemed like the battle was intense. The tenacity of the Land of Rebirth was too terrifying. If they were included, the number of rank 9s who entered the 7 Southern Territories this time had reached as high as 140. Ji-nan was powerful. Originally, he could not sense anything from 2,000 li away. However, there were too many powerhouses fighting now. Some of the situation was reflected. Looking in the direction of Devil City, Ji-nan said with a heavy expression, "There are peerless powerhouses below the true king level fighting over there. It's not just 1 or 2. There are quite a few of them. I'm afraid they all have the ability of the top 50 divine generals." As he said that, he looked to the west and said, "I'm afraid there are at least more than 50 divine generals fighting over there." The blood-red light pierced the sky. "I'm afraid many divine generals have fallen." Then, Ji-nan looked toward the middle area. He frowned and said, "There are also more than 10 divine generals gathered over there, but they seem to be running around. What are these guys doing?" More than 10 divine generals did not join the battle. Instead, they ran to the middle area and ran around. "They must be stupid." Ji Yao laughed instantly. "Uncle Wang, have you forgotten that there are people who can hide their auras?" Fang Ping. Ji-nan reacted instantly. "It's probably him. He should be over here. Come, let's go over there." Beside her, someone said immediately, "Your Highness Ji Yao, let's go help." "Shut up." Ji Yao's expression was cold. She looked around and said coldly, "I'm going to kill Fang Ping. I don't care about the people from Heavenly Plant's royal court. Everyone else has to kill Fang Ping first. If Fang Ping doesn't die and the people from Destiny Royal Court dare to leave, don't blame me for being merciless." As soon as she said that, everyone felt helpless. The people from Destiny Royal Court had nothing to say. Ji Yao was also their master in name. If they went against Ji Yao's orders now, there would be trouble. Killing Fang Ping was also something they could do along the way. Moreover, the main purpose of this time seemed to be to kill Fang Ping. Everyone did not say anything else. They followed Ji Yao and the others and hurried over there. As for Ji Yao, she was currently thinking whether she should really take this opportunity to kill Fang Ping, or act according to her previous plan. He seems to be in a lot of trouble. There are more than 10 divine generals. He can't be alone, right? If that's the case, then I'll have to think about it. Some thoughts surfaced in Ji Yao's mind. This time, she should not lose out. Even if she could not trap and kill those enemy true kings, if she really encountered Fang Ping in trouble, it would be good to take the opportunity to kill Fang Ping. You're tuning in to the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.